Phat Airlines takes the stage where we were, streaming high in the virtual air. World of airports, the game is live. He's landing planes with a vibe so fly. Phat Airlines soar in the skies, streaming the hustle, watch the views rise. Pilots and planes, oh man, it's insane. Twitch and YouTube growing his name. From tarmac dreams to handles tight, every touchdown a perfect flight. He's a runway king, streak out the fog. Game so smooth, they call it airlocked. Phat Airlines, soaring the skies, streaming the hustle, watch the views rise. Pilots and planes, oh man, it's insane. Twitch and YouTube growing his name. Chatting with the fans, call signs loud. Leader of the fleet, yeah, he makes us proud. Pushing content like a jumbo's thrust. In Phat Airlines we trust. Pin the radar, he's live again. Communities tight like aviation. Friends like skyrocket, engine scream. Phat Airlines living in a stream. Takes the stage with fair lore, streaming high in the vertical air. World of airports, the game is live. He's landing planes with a vibe so ho. His name. Chatting with the fans, call signs loud. Leader of the fleet, yeah, he makes us proud. Pushing content like a jumbo's thrust. In Phat Airlines we trust. Ping the radar, he's live again. Communities tight like aviation. Friends like skyrocket, engine scream. Phat Airlines living in a stream.
Yo, what's up everybody? How's it going? This is Jeremy with Phat Airlines. Nice to see you all. What's good, guys? Thanks for being here. Today we're going to be talking about World of Airports 3.0.1. We're playing my stream only account today. So if you guys don't know, I have 3 accounts. My 3 accounts, well, one account I play mainly. I play every single day. You can always feel free to send me contract requests. And then I have my free-to-play account, and then I have my stream-only account. My stream-only account, today we are accepting requests. So if you guys put in the contract requests, redeem the contract redemptions from on Twitch, we will get you some contracts accepted or sent your way. Today we're going to be playing some Prague Airport. If you guys don't know, we unlocked Prague recently. So it's like a newish airport, but we did spend some gold planes in order to get it to get more stands unlocked. We also have 10 arrivals here at Prague today. That's incredible. We all the rewards are for silver planes and XP, it looks like, so that's going to be a huge boost. And you can see what airports we have unlocked. We have Innsbruck, Bari, and Prague now. I'm excited to get through Prague because we're going to get Washington after that. We have LHR where we're level 72. So pretty close What's happening? Nice. Okay. We're level 72. We need level 81 to get Sydney. So we got some ways, but let's get into Prague. Let's play some World of Airports. Let's talk about World of Airports. Oh, you want me to accept LHR renewals? It's a good idea, especially if we're going to be at LHR shortly. So let's go to LHR real quick. Great idea, Hammy. Thank you. All right. So how's it all going, guys? Twill, thanks for being here first. I'm at Mert. Okay, thank you so much for renewing, for subscribing again. I appreciate that. Oh, it's gonna be hard to tell what's a renewal now. That's gonna be interesting. Am I just gonna have to remember, because there's no hearts anymore. No hearts here anymore. That's gonna be interesting. We'll figure out how that's gonna work. But I think those are the renewals. Twill's here. Twill, thanks for being first. Mert, thanks for subscribing again, bro. Sloppy, thanks for subscribing again. Adam Cack with the S-Plane contract. England, what's up, dude? Adam Cack, we're gonna be that. Did you mean for that contract to be at Prague? I hope so, because that's where we're playing. Who else is here? Riceless is here. TJ's here. Bash Aviation's here. Adam's here. Flying Fish is here. Nico's here. Yo, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me, for being here today. So here we are at Prague with the brand new World Airports 3.0. Me, I'm really enjoying 3.0. I want to know how you guys feel about it, though. What's up, Kuba? Fleeting Negligence is here. Sir Buffles is here. England's here. Nicholas is here. Tucson's here. Chris Scott is here. Chris Scott just unlocked Muscat Airport. Nice, bro. Congratulations. We got Fleeting with the Concorde. Let's heart the Concorde. We always heart the Concorde. You know what I'm saying? Is that Phat singing? Nah, man. That's not me singing. I'm glad you guys like the intro song. Adam Cax not playing LHR. You're focusing on MSY and IAD. Nice. Manika's here. What's up, Manika? Rick Rashid is here. Neon, you're having problems playing World Airports on your iPad? That's sad, man. What's up, Hidden? Raya, you like the song too? Nice. Anniversary of Prague Airport. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, the most dramatic changes is 752 and the 752F. You got that right. Yeah, 750. That's one of the biggest changes here in World of Airports. All these 752s that we had now have to be like handled at like a large stand, which is very different than how it was before. So we'll have to see what's happening. Toronto says W update. Nice. Educate Learn is here. What's up, dude? What's up, Lost Cause? Yeah, it's been a while. Mods get contracts without paying Phat points? Probably. You guys are here enough, right? Yo, what's up, Cookie Cooker? All right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to accept some of these. Yeah, we're going to accept some of the mediums here. We're going to have to either buy more stands. Do I have all the stands? Yeah. So we'll buy more stands. Look at that. I got 700,000 Wallers. So we're going to buy some stands. That's going to get me more contract capacity because I see a lot of contracts coming in. This is a brand new airport. I did buy $1.2 million Wallers. So that way I could get like a little bit of a jump start on this airport. It really helps a lot for my purpose because like we're trying to get contracts with all you guys. So that helps out a lot just to have all these stands open from the get-go. So we're going to buy these stands here. That way we can accept more contracts. I can accept all those pending contracts, the ones that are from the special arrivals, and then we can accept the ones that you guys are buying. I saw Adam Cack with a purchase, so let's go ahead and accept that. So yeah, with Phat Empire, my stream only account, which is the one that we're on right now, Concords are free, right? You don't have to pay for Concords. So I don't know if Euroland, if you paid for it or not, but you don't have to. I'll refund you if you did. And then we got Cookie Cooker with the small plane. Where's Adam Cack? So yeah, on Twitch though, that's the only place you can really do it, because YouTube doesn't really have that kind of a points method that you can earn points. So on Twitch, you earn points for watching the stream. Oh, it's this one, isn't it? Yeah, on Twitch, you earn points for watching the stream, and oh, that's weird. Okay. That's funny. I think Sasan, you canceled the request as soon as I accepted it, and I got an internal server error. That's funny. Wow, I got a lot of planes here already. So yeah, all right, let's catch up on chat. Yeah, sorry about the last few streams, guys. I know I wasn't really able to like read chat during the stream. Today, that's my intention. I intend on reading chat today during the stream. I intend on, you know, just interacting, seeing what you guys think, and you know, kind of sharing that feedback with the developers. I know the developers also sometimes watch the streams too, so they might even be here lurking. You know, you never know. You never know. So, yeah, I want to thank you all for like joining me on those streams, because that was a blast. You know, we had a lot of people here. You guys really liked watching the preview of 3.0, so that was cool. And then, you know, the fact that you guys also had 3.0 and you still joined me to watch the stream too, I really appreciate that. So thank you guys for all the support. It means a lot to me. And apologies for the last stream. So you like the intro song? Nice. And thanks to Sloppy. Sloppy got that, made it that. England said, I'm loving 3.0, but you're finding difficult is how not all the icons are quite smaller than the last UI. I honestly miss the old UI, but I'm enjoying the new one nonetheless. Oh, yeah, some of the buttons can be very small. Like, if I'm playing on my iPhone, they're small when I don't know what the button is for. Do you know what I'm saying? So, once I'm familiar with the buttons, then it's no problem, because I don't really need to like read the buttons. I just know what they are. But when I don't know what they are, it's a big problem. And then sometimes also, you know, where's my handling slider? Do I have any planes that need to be handled? Yeah, sometimes on the phone this handling slider can be a little tough to touch. So yeah, even my son, but maybe, you know, he's not a big kid yet, but he has a hard time even touching some of the buttons. He misses the buttons, and the worst part about missing the buttons is, like, if you hit the screen over here, like if you're hitting if you're trying to hit that yellow button that says start handling, and you hit this white space down here, it disappears and you lose everything. So that's rough on him. He gets sad. But yeah, welcome to Prague. We're at Prague Airport today. Prague Airport we unlocked a couple weeks ago. I was so excited because Prague is the first airport in World of Airports where you begin to where you first handle F planes. They used to be called X planes, but now they're F planes, right? So it's the first airport where you're handling F planes, and that's really, really cool, because F planes, like E and F planes, are the ones that really give you a lot of silver planes and a lot of XP. So I'm looking forward to this airport. I think we should probably level up pretty fast here. Prague is also kind of a central airport, and it's another airport you're going to want to have a lot of small and medium planes too. So at level 24 we get regional, and at level 35 we get international. And then what level for Washington? Oh, 51. That's not too bad. Maybe because I'm so used to like these newer airports that like you have to reach like level 80 just to get the next airport. Level 51 is not too bad. So Prague was born Prague opened April 5th 1937. That's incredible. Sydney is the oldest airport in the game. That's a cool fun fact. What's up, Space Bricks? TJ says they're loving the update, especially since the filters are fixed. Yeah, and one thing, see, I think this is a hot take because nobody's agreed with me yet, but I'm gonna still say it. But like, I liked having the alert that there were planes needing to land when there were stands available for me to buy. For example, you see over here, right? I have A, B, and C, but C is not unlocked. So what my opinion was and is that if I have all these other stands with planes assigned to them, then the seaplanes should still have an alert that tells me that there is stands that I could buy. That's probably a hot take, but now it works the same way as it did before 3.0, so there's no problems there anymore. No problems. I'm avoiding that stand on purpose. All right, we're gonna have to slow down. That's being handled. This needs to be handled. I always put the max handling crew on the bigger planes. Oh yeah, Monika says the Comet is also D. That's really making me sad. I don't want to give up on them. Yeah, that's another plane that got a nerf, right? It went from a medium plane to like a large plane. The 752 and a DH-64. Don't we have a DH-64 here? Oh, it's probably without an alert. Oh, this needs to be hearted. Yeah, here it is, DH-64. So that gets hearted as well. The 752 are blocking my L gates. Yeah. I know I've been telling a lot of people, but like with your 752s, you might want to consider selling a bunch of them or a few of them. I know I'm not like a big fan of selling planes in general, but you might want to consider selling some of those planes. That might help you out, you know. Now, if you don't have any other medium or, you know, old mediums plane unlocked, then that's going to be a little tough. Yo, thanks for the subscription, man. That's gonna be a little tough for you, right? If you don't have any other medium or any C planes unlocked, it's gonna be super rough, right? But I think what you can do is sell off some of those 752s. Sell them off. Get some 738s or A21NX. Well, A21NX is super expensive to unlock though, so you got to consider that too. All right, I think we're about to. And then the tower managers super expensive. Like not super. I don't want to say super, but comparatively speaking, they are super expensive. But they are still not very expensive, guys. I know a lot of people were very shocked at the price increase, but after playing it for a week now. Right? Was it been a week? It's been actually a few days. But playing it on my main account for a few days now, it's not feeling too bad. Yo, Magis guys, thank you for becoming a member, bro. Appreciate that. Guys, if you're a member, you can join the Phat Airlines Discord. Make sure you sync your YouTube account or your Twitch account to your Discord, and you'll get access to VIP channels. Appreciate that, man. Thanks for the support. And you could do VIP giveaways once you can do giveaways on the Discord. We still keeping S to X despite the change A to G. Yeah, in general, yeah, we're probably still gonna go with the small, medium, large verbiage, right? We're still gonna talk about it that way, but I'm gonna try to. I try to talk the same way that things are written in the game, because like for people who are new, it could be a little confusing, but I know it makes a lot of sense for us, so I'm gonna keep saying it that way. But just to kind of let you know, look, I have no more medium planes to land, no more seaplanes. All right, so back to the tower manager. Yeah, tower manager, it is more expensive, but like it's not that terrible. Now, if you're a player that plays a lot like me and some other of you guys that are here, then then you could activate all 4 tower managers. But like, for example, me on my stream account here, I don't have to activate all 4 tower managers, and I don't have to put them at full speed either. So what I did was, with the tower manager, I activated the approach manager. I set it to the lowest speed setting, because the higher your speed, the more silver it's going to cost. And then I put it in for how long I think I'm going to be at the airport, which is 30 minutes. The biggest thing though, you always want to renew it before it expires. That's how you're going to save a little bit of silver. Now, departure manager, there is no need for me, when I just entered this airport, to turn on the departure manager. Now we got 1 plane that's departing, so maybe I can consider doing it soon, but no need for me to do that right away. I can wait for that. I can manually depart planes, but once that queue starts getting up to like here, or even up to here, then I'll turn on that tower manager for departures. Now, the one thing did change up majorly with departures, is that the plane doesn't actually depart your airport until it leaves the runway, or there is a small delay, about 3 to 5 minutes after it pushes back, then it'll depart the airport, even if it doesn't leave the runway. So your best bet to get the fastest departures, especially like if you're playing with somebody who like we're playing right now together. All you guys are playing with me right now. Like Mert's here, so I know he's playing. I'm gonna send this airplane to Mert. Going to Mert's Washington. Wow. So that probably won't come back today, but you see, still has not departed. We have no departing planes, but once we hit takeoff, whenever it shows up, then it'll show up on the radar. When Roar asks, how do the Twitch points work? Nice, thanks for joining, man. So you get points just by watching the stream, and then you also get points randomly, like a little gift box that you can click on. And then as we do things throughout the stream, you can earn a few more points, like a raid at the end, things like that. Did I see the Concord joke? Nah, I was too busy playing World of Airports, to be fair. So yeah, now that this airplane has departed, now it's right here, heading back. So at first, I was like, man, that's a little whack, but I do like that they gave the departure manager more of a reason to like use it and a reason to exist, you know? Because before, you could just exit, go to main menu, and all the planes were departing anyways, so it really didn't matter. L plane contract from Invader. Thank you, Invader. Chris Scott asks, have you unlocked the Muscat Airport yet? Nah, not on my stream account. On my stream account, we only unlocked Innsbruck, Bari, Prague. We also have San Diego and LHR. San Diego and LHR we both purchased. Yeah, San Diego and LHR, we purchased both of those airports. Yo, what's up, Mike? Mike said, I'm not liking the one-tap unlock for stands. I mistakenly spent wallers when I didn't really want to. Interesting. I don't know if it's really one tap to unlock, or wait, maybe it is. No, I don't think it's one tap anywhere. But maybe I need more clarification. Maybe I need more clarification, Mike. What's in 3.1? No clue yet. So with the Twitch purchases, if you buy like the S plane contract, the M plane contract, the ones that don't say fat in it, those are for me to accept the contract you're sending me. Now, if you want me to send you a contract, then that would be the fat S plane, fat M plane. Now, this is my stream only account. I only play this account on stream. So if you're looking for a contract partner that is reliable, that plays daily, you can feel free and you don't have to pay anything. Everybody can send me a plane for free to my main account, the Phat Rican, ThePhatrican. Send me a contract request. I'll have to wait till after stream to accept it. But everybody can send me a contract request, and my main airports there are Washington IAD, London Heathrow, LHR, BKK, Bangkok, and I don't know what the status of GRU is going to be, but for now, until I max level it, I'm going to be playing that airport daily. So you can also feel free to send me a request to my GRU, Sao Paulo. Yo, what's up, mate to move? Is the random player arrival bugged at IAD? I feel like there's some like server sync issues. So yes, I think it is bugged. Yes, I think it is bugged. Hammy selling 752, especially at certain airports like Innsbruck and Bari. Yeah, same. I'm gonna have to. Wow, I haven't played Innsbruck or Bari yet, but I think you make a good point. We're gonna have to sell off our 752s from there. That's gonna have to happen. And you have to start your random player contracts from one handling again. Yikes. At least, well, you're probably max, or you're not, well, you're probably close to max level. Which cargo planes can you land at Prague? All of them? Pretty sure all of them. I know Prague can handle all cargo sizes. Now, as far as like which ones can realistically get there, like can an A306 come from? I think an A306F can come from LHR. So yeah, I think that's possible. But like, I think technically based on sizes, all of them can land. Oh, fat M plane contract. Nice. Let's see, which M plane is going to go to LHR? I have 532. So this is cool. I get to show off something we didn't get to see before, or much of. So we got some filter options here, right? And we got this option right here, which is the plane size. So we're gonna filter down to C, and we're gonna do unlocked planes. So we got an A19N. I think the A19N can go to LHR, right? Yep, without configuration too. But we're gonna configure it here. So one thing that might confuse some people about the A19NX. Let's say, for example, right now I can't send this airplane to Washington. I know we're sending it to Hammy, which is going to LHR, but you can still configure your plane even on this reference destination screen. You do have to click on any airport though. So I would ideally go to the airport you want to like send your contract to. I do kind of wish that this unavailable airport, because it's a playable airport, was like a different shade of red to make it easier to find. Especially when like over here at St. Martin, like where is St. Martin, guys? Do you know where St. Martin is? I have to zoom in all the way and then figure it out. Oh, it's right there. But like when you're looking at this list right here, where is St. Martin? So I do wish it was like a different shade of red or something. It's a small little complaint. But yeah, anyways, you click on the airport, you click on the seat layout, and you can still configure the plane so that way you can get it to that airport that you want it to. Just something I wanted to mention because it's not immediately obvious, you know? All right, so we're going to maximize our profit. 722. There we go. Yep. Let's see, what color livery, Hammy? Yo, what's up? What's up, Flamingo? All right, we got Supreme 3. We're gonna default to black for now. Adam Cac 2. Nice. Whoa, Concord Landing. That needs to get hearted too. There are changes you're not happy about, Mike, with the UX UI? Lost Cause says, Fat, just wondering, do you have any tips for playing MSY as I'm level 18? It's really hard to get anything at the airport. I just have a lack of contracts to help me enough. Biggest thing at MSY is you really want to handle those Class C planes, right? Those C-class planes. If you get the C planes, that's going to help you a lot. It shouldn't be too hard to find people who have C planes, right? Because you have St. Martin that can send you planes. You have San Diego people who can send you planes. San Diego, you should really be looking for players. If you're in New Orleans, you should be looking for players who play at San Diego, because San Diego also benefits from a large amount of medium / C planes, right? So definitely look for people from San Diego. IAD, Washington, is another airport. You know, Washington, no, a lot of people at Washington are kind of focused on the larger planes, but it doesn't hurt them to have those extra planes as well, the mediums. But at New Orleans, definitely need the mediums. Smalls can be good, but smalls you can only get from, I think, St. Martin and Washington. So a little bit harder, but like St. Martin might be a good partner to find as well. Yeah, it's really all about just maximizing those sizes. And then as you get through the progress, I don't know if you have the premium pass at New Orleans, but you get a lot of large planes, you know, D, E, and F or DE planes at the premium pass, and that's really like, it's almost too many. Yo, Armando, thank you for resubscribing for 8 months. Yo, what's up, Ruben? Guys, I'm like 10 minutes behind in chat, so I'm gonna try to go a little bit quicker. Which cargo planes are you gonna unlock? Well, I have the 752F. What cargo planes do I have unlocked? All right, my filters are off. We're going to unlocked cargo. So here we go. I got this B463F, the 752F, and a 77LF. So I think I do need to unlock a C. Now I need to get a C plane that is cargo. So on this account, I definitely need to get a C plane. Is this game on Steam? If so, how much? Now, this game is a mobile game that you can play on your iPhone, your Android phone, your iPad, your Android tablet, but not available on PC. Actually, there's a new update that recently came out, and some people who are playing on like an emulator were having issues, because technically playing on an emulator is not supported by the developers. The developers do end up fixing it eventually, but it's not like top priority, you know? So, and then also, you know, with emulators, there's a lot of other issues you can run into. I wish it was on Steam, man. Tammy, you play 5 to 7 hours a day with the Tower Managers, you're up 98K. Let's go! The plane has to take off now to go to the airport. I thought it was flying when I pushed back. Yeah. That's the tough part. Man, look at these Concords. Oh, that's not even the Concorde. I'm trying to click the Concorde. 5 minutes. It's a 7-minute one-way trip. That is insane. I hope they're playing. That'd be pretty cool. That's why we don't make people pay for the Concorde arrivals. Just such a fast travel time. Look at this. A388 from Twill. Okay, we got a contract request from Sammy. CRJ2, nice. How do you like the CRJ2, Sam? And an Adam CAC 2 with the M plane contract. Yo, what's up, Cleo? Oh, by the way, yeah. I think Adam CAC mentioned this, and I saw this chat happening in my VIP channel. So you get the livery from the pack, just got it from random arrival, so that means I have to spend money. You don't have to spend money, right? So yeah, apparently these Boeing pack planes are part of the Wipedia, is that right? So I did purchase these, and the one cool thing is like when you purchase it, I mean, it's available in all your airports, or it's not available in all your airports, but it's available to use in any of your airports. So what that means is it'll show up in your list over here, just like these planes show up here, right? So you have the B463 available in all airports. You're going to get those planes also at the end of the list here. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to start a giveaway on the Phat Airlines Discord. Actually, why not do it now? Let's do it now. We're going to start a giveaway on the Phat Airlines Discord. Oh, look, update. Where is that stuff? There it is. So we're going to do a giveaway. We're going to give away an aircraft. It's the A388. So I have the A380. Oh, that's not. Airport is GRU. Nice. Thank you, Hayden, for updating that, man. A388. Probably should have looked before I started just doing it. We're going to do let's do 1.5 days. One winner. Receiving airport. Anyway, any airport. I don't care. All right. So what we're going to, that giveaway right there is for this Airbus A388. I'm going to make an announcement in the actually, I should post it. I should post it in Phat Airlines announcements. I'll make a post, but this A388 Airbus is going to be a giveaway. Yeah, we'll make an announcement after the stream, but that way you guys know what you're signing up for. But yeah, I didn't know that those are Wipedia entries. So I think in general, after I'm done with that contract, it's probably a one and done type of contract. So that way we can get more people to kind of win that plane, finish a contract, and then go on to the next person. Or maybe we could do a random arrival too, but like with the A388, like you only get one of them. So like it's not necessarily the best for a random arrival, I think. What else? I mean, these other ones like the A320, you get 4, so that's not too bad. And then there's a 30-day cooldown with purchasing it, so you can't just buy. I mean, you could spend $40 and get what? You could get 10 planes, right? Wow, this is 10 planes. You get 20 planes for $40. But you can't get another. You can't get more until another 30 days pass. I wonder what's going to happen in 30 days, though. Oh, I see you, Mike. Mike says if you have a seaplane and you select the stand that can handle it, but it's not unlocked for it, when you select the stand, the button is purchase and confirm instead of confirm. Yeah, okay. I think I know what you said. Yeah, before it used to have you confirm a second time. Like, hey, are you sure? Like, hey, you're spending Wallers, whereas now it's just the same one click as if you were assigning a stand. Okay, that makes sense. Thanks for explaining, man. Flamingo. We're gonna heart that plane so we can make sure it lands favorited first. We need to favorite this plane so it could land. Bash Aviation, I typically I see you and a few other people and Hammy talking in chat. I typically don't recommend people to unlock airports unless you buy your gold planes. If you're buying your gold planes, then fine, unlocking an airport could make sense. But if you're not buying gold planes and you're just playing for free, I would recommend you save your gold planes for like unlocking an airplane model or unlocking a premium pass. I would not spend it on I would not spend it on the airport. Okay, we're running out of time here, so let's add another 30 minutes because we still got a lot of planes to land. These 752s, man. So yeah, I would spend your gold planes on unlocking something that you can't unlock for free. Because when you think about it, right, you can unlock airports for free. Like here at Prague, once I reach level, well, this is bugged. It's visually bugged. So, but yeah, anyways, once I reach level 51 at Prague, then I unlock the next airport, which is Washington IAD, right? So in every airport, that's how it works. Once you reach a certain level, then you unlock the next airport. So you can unlock every single airport for free just by playing. Whereas there's a lot of other things you can't unlock for free and you have to use your gold planes on. So that's just the way what I recommend. But if you're bored, you know, that's another reason why to unlock another airport. But and I know in the beginning it's very hard to earn silver planes, but I'm telling you, like the ramp up is real and it'll help you out. Yo, what's up, Raven? Do I prefer old UI or new? There's some things I do miss about the old UI. For example, like right here. Wow, Manika, thank you for the Concords. So for example, right here, there's no way for me to heart a plane or to see if a plane is hearted already, right? I can hit the eye. There's no heart here. There's no heart. So like, there's no way for me to tell if this plane is hearted or not. So that's one of the things I miss. There's a couple other things that I do miss as well. And you know, as we go through, I'll let you know what are things that I wish were like the way they used to be. But I'm also very open to change when it comes to like, especially World of Airports, because the way I look at it is a lot of these features that they're putting in is also providing the backbone for like alliances, right? We've been hearing about alliances for like 2 years now, and we still don't have it in the game. And I'm wondering if now these features that they have, like, look at this red Concorde, you know, we get the colors underneath it. Maybe that's not the best example. Meek Raven right here with the colors underneath it. You know, like those are all like little things that seem to be heading towards like some of the alliance features that they've mentioned in like other developer blogs. I tried to mute and then it unmuted. My bad. Giant said, can they add more airports in Europe for next update? Bro, there's like 5 airports in Europe already, man. I get it. You want to see more airports in the game. That's fair. But I know World of Airports developers, they're mainly focusing on other areas. So that way they can live up to their name, right? World of Airports. That's why we got a South American airport. I mean, New Orleans was kind of a surprise for us to get, but yeah, there's a lot of European airports already. Educate, learn. Sorry that you were banned, man. Maybe you should learn from your mistakes. Not much I can do about bans. I'm almost caught up to chat here. I'm like 3 minutes behind now. Hammy said, I don't like the tower manager at the bottom. That's another thing that kind of bugs me sometimes. Because like if you're handling a plane, now you can't see if the tower manager is active or not. You know, or if you're looking at the plane's information, you can't really see if the tower manager is active. That's a good one too that I kind of miss. What's up, ATL Flights? Says, when can you choose a runway for your planes to take off in WoA? That should be coming in a future update. We don't know when though. Can I get free Wallers? You sure can. Right up here, if you click on Wallers, it takes you to the Waller section. You can get 500 free Wallers. Also here at Prague, there is... Oh, this camera view, man. Why does it stop me there? But you can go up here to the old Prague terminal and tap on this plane and get another 50 Wallers and achievement for the first time you do it. Mobile players can't play while opening floating window or using floating windows. Huh? Really? Well, my floating window works. Yeah, my floating window works, but maybe it's a device issue, perhaps. Are there Easter eggs in GRU? None that I found. I have not seen any or heard of anybody talking about one yet. Is there airlines from USA and Prague? I'm not sure. Probably some international ones. Mohammed said, can I have some golden planes, please? Yeah, everybody can have some golden planes. You get this game gives you golden planes for free. What other mobile game out there really gives you gold planes, a premium currency for free by playing the game? It's very rare nowadays to see that. So yeah, you can get some. I am not a developer though, so I don't have the capability of putting some into your account. What should you buy for 10 gold planes? I mean, it really depends, right? Like, what do you have already? That's a big important question when it comes to what should you spend with your money that you have, your gold planes in your account, right? What do you have already? What airports do you have? In general, with 10 gold planes, you're either probably saving up for like an E plane, a class E plane, or you're saving up, you might be considering a C plane, right? So if we're looking at C planes that we have, oops, that's not what I wanted to do. If we're looking at C planes, go to filters, C, and let's look at the ones that are locked, right? So you could do an E190 if you don't have it for 4 gold planes. It's a pretty solid plane. A B738, not necessarily the best plane, but for 8 gold planes, you really can't go too wrong. Now, a lot of the Airbus planes are super expensive because they got updated. So that could be something that you look at. Let's see if there's any good E planes that are cheap. No, so you'll probably be saving up for some E planes, but like even these cheap ones, I wouldn't be buying. I would tell you to save up for like the 744 instead for 28 gold planes if you're going to buy an E plane. For B planes, you know, the CRJs are pretty good, but they got a price increase. E190 or E170, E175, really top of the line B planes right now. Alternatively, I forget, if you don't have the Innsbruck Premium Pass, you might want to consider getting the Innsbruck Premium Pass as well, because you get a lot of planes that you can add to your fleet. And you know, handling planes is the way that you get silver planes, so that way you can get those 10 gold planes for free every single week, and eventually then you can get 1 gold plane every single day. So one thing everybody needs to do every single week is always, like, if you don't have 10,000 silver planes, you should not be spending, the only thing you should be spending your silver planes on is probably just the approach manager. So that way you don't have to pay attention to landing all the planes. It's, for me at least, it's so much faster if I have the approach manager on than if I try to manually land planes, even if I'm paying 100% attention to the game. So I always have the approach manager on. But other than that, if you don't have 10,000 silver planes, you should only be buying 10 gold planes every time you get 10,000. Never buy this one. This is for the rich. This is for everybody. This is for the rich. This is for everybody. So everybody should be buying the 10 gold planes, not the one. Yeah. I don't know how else to say seaplane, right? Because it could sound like I'm talking about a plane that lands in the water, right? Like a water plane. So what's the best way for me to word that in the future? I'm like super aware of how it sounds verbally. When are you rich, Fat? I don't know. Wait, what are you talking about, Roll Off B? I don't want a seaplane. I want a land plane. Can you send me a medium plane to my Innsbruck, my account? La Fusco. Nice. Well, Lauren, thanks for your request. I would advise you to join the Phat Airlines Discord. You're on YouTube, so you can check the description. For those of you guys who are not on Discord, you can also check exclamation. You can type in exclamation point Discord in the chat, and the bot will post the Discord link for you. All right, I'm a little behind on contracts. Okay, but yeah, you could post exclamation point Discord in the chat, and the bot will post the Discord link for you. I would say join the Phat Airlines Discord, make a post on the contract board, because if you look over here on the contract board, make a post, make sure you tag it with Innsbruck, because you're looking for planes from Innsbruck. So that way when I have planes that are ready to go to Innsbruck, I go here, right? So I look to see, look, we got Cookie Cooker as a daily player looking for planes at their Innsbruck. So when I have like a medium or a small plane that's ready to go to Innsbruck, I look through this list. Jaspero is not closing Innsbruck anymore. Mr. Manlet is sending planes from Innsbruck. Cheesy Moab is accepting planes at Innsbruck. So, those are things that I look at and I go to when I'm sending planes. I usually send more small planes to Innsbruck than I do medium planes. But you can make your post, put it in your post that you're looking for medium planes, and you'll get a lot more people than just me sending you requests. And it might take some time, because remember, you got to wait for the planes to land, you got to configure the plane, and then you have to send it out. The good thing is it's so much easier to buy multiple planes now. So like I can go to configure and buy here. I can go to an unlocked plane, and let's say we want to do an E175, right? Or no, E175 is a bad example. Let's say I want to do an A19N, right? I can configure it. I can go to reference destination. Let's say for Innsbruck, for example, right? We're going to configure it for, let's say, 12 business, because that's where I get the most profit. I can buy like up to 10 at once. So I can send you and 9 other people a plane all at once that's configured for Innsbruck. So I'm expecting to do a lot more plane contracts with people from the contract board, because of how easy it is to buy multiple planes. Yo, what's up, Catalan? 744 is good for an E-plane and cheap, says Tassan. Nice. Yep, I agree. How do you cancel contracts in this update? Interesting question. I think, well, first off, the plane can't be on the ground, right? It has to be in the air. And then you click on the eye. So this one's at Prague, so that's why it's not showing up. This one is ready to land, so it means it's not assigned a gate. You can cancel contract there. If you want to sell a plane, there has to be no contract on the plane. And weird. Oh, it's under maintenance, isn't it? Yep, it's under maintenance. So if it's your own fleet plane and you want to sell the airplane, there has to be no contract on the plane. I'm not sure if it could be on the ground or not. We'll find out soon. But no contract on the plane. You go to maintenance and you could sell airplane. If you want to cancel a contract from another player or if, any other airline, that airplane cannot be at your airport. And then you go to contract and you have a cancel contract option. Yo, this Prague is my Concorde hub, or a Concorde hub, I should say. Oh, departure manager is no longer active. Okay, so let's extend the landing manager by a few more minutes. We'll activate departure for 20 minutes. Now, another tower manager that I use a lot is the ground manager. I use the ground manager a lot on airports where you have crossing of the runways. So at IAD, for example, Washington, I'm activating both approach and ground instantly because of the way that airport works. You have a runway to cross, but like here at Prague, there's no runways to cross. I can tell all these planes to push back, so that is fine. That's not the problem. It's the crossing of the runways that's easy to miss. Charlie planes, interesting. The aircraft, maybe. Yeah, maybe that could work. Dan wants HKG, is that Hong Kong, to be the new airport? That might be a little bit. Are you going to get AN225? Whenever it becomes available for us to unlock, I definitely plan on unlocking it. Yeah, 100%. My man Shrek bought a bunch of contracts last time. We're gonna have to buy more contract capacity. I'm just gonna do that now. Alright, because we got Mert with some contract requests in here. The CRJX, let's go. Do you recommend C-17 for a D cargo plane? I feel like C-17 is like completely underrated. Like nobody talks about it. And now that it's a D plane too, I think it's going to kind of a D plane, and it's only 17 gold planes. I think it's going to kind of come up more in conversation. C-17 was like the first cargo plane I unlocked, but when I had unlocked cargo planes, I didn't have a lot of options, as many options as you do now. So C-17 was probably the best cargo plane, or like one of the top ones at that time. Now I still use it a lot, and I like it a lot. there's like, you know, the 77 LF, I think it is typically a lot better as far as like earning you money. But C17, you can't go wrong for 17 gold planes, you know? Yo, Goose, what's up, man? What's my favorite airport in World of Airports? I gotta say St. Martin is pretty chill. St. Martin is up there, but like, I mean, it depends on what you mean by like favorite airport, right? Is it my favorite because like I like the way it looks? Is it my favorite airport for grinding silver planes? Or is it my favorite airport for playing with other players? Like, favorite at what? Overall favorite is probably Washington. Washington is just such a solid airport for fleets, for earning silver planes. It's not that great looking, you know, it's not like an interesting airport to look at, but it does so many other things like extra great. Best plane for LHR? I don't know. There's so many good choices because you got like the Europe airports. You're gonna need a B or C plane for that. So many great options. How can you get money quick at Innsbruck? You can't really. Innsbruck is a slow airport. I mean, one thing you could do is see if you can get some like A21 NXs or A21, any of the A21s from other players to your airport. That might help you because those planes have more passengers than like the AT-76s that you're be handling. So like handling larger planes will get you slightly more. I mean, another thing too is, you know, the premium pass can help you out because if you have your own fleet planes are going to make you more money. So, you know, if you have an AT-75 that you're handling that's from another airline, it's going to make you like $100, $120. But if you have your own in your own fleet, it's going to make you $200 or $300. That's not a lot because it's a small plane. But when you're looking at medium planes, if you're handling another player's medium plane, you're making $300 to $700. For the same medium plane, if it's in your own fleet, you're making twice that, $600 to $1,300. So there's definitely a huge benefit for having your own planes in your fleet in World of Airports for getting wallers, especially at Innsbruck. But then you run into contract capacity issues too. So you got to keep a balance. Bro, I hate it when I miss my tower managers expiring, especially when I have like this handling menu up there so you can't see it. You can't even see that it's expiring because you're handling planes. Orloff B selling your 752Fs. I'm so sad that they are D planes. Yeah, Innsbruck, I'm gonna have to sell them. Is the 77W and the 77LF still good? Yeah, I think they're still top of class. You see less people recommending them nowadays because of how many gold planes they cost to unlock, right? They're like in the 50s to unlock. So much more expensive than they used to be, especially when you have other planes at that same like size that you can unlock for half that price. You have the 744, which is like 28 gold planes. So you can unlock that. That's what people are recommending now because of the, you know, cost ratio. You lost your account 4 times now? Wow. You should probably invest into a password manager. Oh, I see you, Unknowable Slope. Which one do you want me to accept? Don't you have 2 of them? Oh, they're both cargo. Gotcha. You know what I need to do? I need to add like a sound alert from myself. Maybe you guys will hear it too, but I need to add a sound alert. So that way, when you guys do a contract redemption, I get alerted to it. Because that's one thing that doesn't happen. I don't get an alert, so I have to look over at my next screen. And then, you know, sometimes I talk a lot. A lot of times I talk a lot. I like planes that they bought the CRJ9 before the update. Best decision in my opinion. Yeah, that's one of the things I try to remind people a lot about before the update, is that these planes get updated and the price gets updated, the livery price gets updated. It's a good idea to buy them while you can, while they're at the lower price. And the CRJ was always a great plane. The only problem was it was like severely graphically outdated compared to like the newer planes that are out there now. So that made it hard for me to like recommend, but in general, now it's a good option. Do I recommend buying St. Martin Airport? That's a great question. And it kind of, it depends, right? You have to know what you're getting into if you're going to buy St. Martin, right? So if you're going to buy St. Martin Airport, you are looking at a small airport. You're going to be unlocking a small airport where you're handling mostly small planes. You're not even handling a lot of medium planes. You're handling small planes. Now, St. Martin got an update with 3.0. So St. Martin has what's called combined stands, right? So you have stands that are both cargo and passenger stands. So that might make starting a brand new St. Martin a lot easier to do. We'll get there eventually on this stream only account. But it might make a brand new St. Martin a lot easier compared to, you know, before the shared stands existed. But yeah, you're going to be handling a lot of small planes, and small planes do not bring you a lot of XP, and they don't bring you a lot of silver planes. But like when you're looking at leveling up St. Martin, you're looking at XP, right? So you do need to still have some large planes. You need to have some medium planes, so that way you can get the XP from handling those. So it's a delicate balance. And then you kind of want to get the premium pass also at St. Martin, which I think is like 30 gold planes maybe. I forget how much it is exactly, but that premium pass gets you extra handling crew and extra contract capacity. And the only way you could really succeed at St. Martin fast is by getting more contract capacity. And you need handling crew to handle all the planes on the ground too. But contract capacity is really where I started to see some growth. Once on my free to play account, once I bought more contract capacity using like silver planes, I saw my airport growing a lot faster. So it's going to be a grind at St. Martin, but it's only 4 gold planes to unlock, so it's very cheap to unlock. But it is a grind. So it's like one of those airports I would unlock, because I enjoy playing World of Airports and I don't mind grinding World of Airports. But it's not an airport for everybody to unlock. You have to think about the way you want to play and how long you're willing to play that airport, because once you unlock LHR though, it all feels so worth it, because LHR just is like a whole nother level. Is it now possible to land a C-17 at Innsbruck? I think so. I don't know if you can land one, but I'm pretty sure you can buy one. I know you can buy a C-17 at St. Martin, because I have a C-17 from somebody St. Martin going to my GRU. And I know the way World of Airports works is you could probably buy a C-17 at Innsbruck. I'm not sure if a C-17 can land at Innsbruck. But just because you can buy a plane there doesn't mean that it can also receive that plane. So, for example, Bari Airport, you can buy a Concorde at Bari, but no Concordes can land at Bari because the runway is too short. That's just how it works. Will you update the rewards with new sizes? Probably not, but I probably should. It's like, I probably need to add a description note, right? So that way people know, you know, small is A and B. Medium is just C. Large is D and E. And then X is F and G. Something like that in the description, perhaps. but I want to keep it small, medium, large, X, because like I don't want to have too many options, because then it kind of defeats the purpose. I needed it to be nice and clean too. I don't want it to be cluttered. Do you recommend that WoA is going to add Boeing 717 or not? I don't really recommend any planes. I don't know much about like airplanes. I know the 767 was a plane that was highly requested, like frequently requested. So I'm glad to see it in the game now. As far as the 717, really don't know much about that plane. It's like a larger plane, right? Don't know much about it. So I'm not the guy to go to for like recommending new planes and things like that. You can land a C-17 at Innsbruck. Nice. Ultra wants to know what military planes you guys would like to see in the game that makes sense. You swear there was a Concorde event at Bari? Nice. I wouldn't be surprised. Events are different too, you know? Yeah, speaking of events, we got to accept these event planes. The cool thing with event planes is it's like free XP. And yeah, free XP. You know, one thing I do wish, now that I'm thinking about it, I do kind of wish that the Boeing pack and the Airbus pack would also come with like some gold planes, right? I think that would be really cool, right? Like it should come with maybe 20 gold planes. Like this costs $20. 100 gold planes cost $23. So like, give us 10 gold planes, 20 gold planes with this purchase. I don't know. That would make it even more valuable, you know? Or if they really want people to buy it, right? Give us 100 gold planes with this Boeing pack. That way everybody, that's what I would do if I was in charge of the game. I would make it so, hey, you can buy, you know, this $23, or you can buy the Boeing pack, get 100 gold planes, and get four different 10 aircraft you can add to your fleet. That's what I would do if I was in charge of the game. I've been thinking more and more though lately about like developing my own game. I mean, it's been like in front of my mind. It's funny because I got an email like 2 weeks ago inviting me to like to pitch my app or game idea. So I pitched my and then if I win it's a contest. So if I win this contest, they would give me like $2,000 in marketing dollars, like for marketing expenses. So I'm like, huh. Sounds pretty interesting. I'm gonna pitch my idea, and if I win this contest, then that's like encouragement, I guess. What would be the rating of the 77WF out of 10? I'd probably put it at a 9, 10. Number one plane I see everybody using of the planes that, you know, people have unlocked. See, this is when the departure manager really helps out when you have a queue like this. And I'm so thankful that they added back in this approach to departure ratio, because this is backed up. And for those of you who don't know, now the planes don't depart until they actually depart your runway. So like this A380, it's been pushed back for like 5-10 minutes now, but it hasn't departed my airport because now it's finally taking off right now. That's Twill right there. The same thing is going to happen with this one. That one's not going to show up on the radar because it's an event plane. The contract is complete. And yeah, by the way, guys, if you want to send me a Concorde, that does not, you do not have to pay any contract for that. You don't have to pay any fat coins. Mert brings a good point. So before I was saying I would think it would be really cool if like they added gold planes to these packages. But Mert said if you don't have those planes, you don't have to pay gold planes and you don't have to pay wallers for it. And otherwise it would be like 2 million wallers. That is factual. So hold on. And yeah, 2 million wallers is like more than 100 gold planes. So yeah, that is okay. That's a good perspective, man. That's a very good perspective there. Thank you for that, Mert. That is a very good one. Yo, what's up, Bach? Bach said the new update UI is so weird. It shows options to assign planes to ramps that I haven't bought yet. Oh, you probably need to update the 3.0.1, bro. That was a feature or bug that a lot of people were complaining about. So World of Airports developers fixed that in the newest update that came out like yesterday for iOS and like 2 days ago for Android. So I think you have to update, Bach, and then I think that main complaint that you have there should probably be fixed. Update to 3.0.1. Look at the bottom left of your screen and you'll see what version you're on. Is it 10 minutes, Deneb Sigeness? It says, he said, or they said, planes will take flight 10 minutes after the pushback anyways. If you clear for takeoff within this period, the 10-minute grounding will be negated. I tried to do the math, but I thought it was 5 minutes, but 10 minutes could be it. The Prague Premium Pass is good. Yeah, man. I mean, Prague Premium Pass was like, what, 20 or 30 gold planes? So very, very cheap compared to a lot of them. But you get liveries here. So like the AT-76 livery, Premium 2, what, 4 to 6 gold planes. You get these airplanes that you get. Handling crew, 4 handling crew is almost 45 gold planes by itself. So just that alone, you're making your money back. You get all these liveries for the E-170. You get more contract capacity. You get all these planes as well. Like I think every premium pass is worth it, but like Prague is almost like an instant buy, especially if you're like newer to the airport, because like you get so many airplanes, liveries. You get silver planes as well. Look at that, 3,500. You get a DH-64, which is a special plane that would normally cost you 100 gold planes to unlock, and then like, how much does a DH-64 cost to buy? I forget. I haven't bought one in a while. The Comet is what? 1 million wallers to buy, and you get it completely for free. You don't have to buy it. Granted, you do have to reach like a high level, but still a good reward for reaching a high level. Look at Manika with the 2 different liveries. You got green, pink, and black. Oh, they're the same colors, just different liveries. Ah, I didn't even realize. I felt like they were completely different, but they're not. All right, it is 12:20 p.m. So what I'm gonna do here is once the approach manager expires, we're gonna switch over to LHR. Which airport would I pick to be the next airport? I don't have a lot of experience with airports, so I'm not really good at answering that question. Like, the only airports I've been to in real life are like Cancun Airport, Atlanta, Denver, San Francisco. So like the only international out of the US airport I've been to is Cancun. I've been to other places out of the US. I've been to Canada, but I drove to Canada. I've been to the Bahamas, but that was on a cruise ship. Oh, I've been to Jamaica, Montego Bay. That was pretty cool. So yeah, I just don't have a lot of experience with airports. And I mean, I would love to see airports local to me, like Philadelphia or any of the New York ones. But we already have Washington IAD, so realistically, I'm not expecting to see any of those New York airports or Philly airports. You'd like to see an aircraft carrier parked at San Diego? Well, it's definitely there. It's definitely there right now. As a matter of fact, if you tap on the military plane on the aircraft carrier at San Diego, you get an achievement and you get 50 wallers. Got a cough again, excuse me. A person wearing the green vest is the ramp agent. Gotcha, Goose. I did not know that either. I mean, technically they're all ground crew, right? But one guy is in charge and the other guys are just workers. Man, this 3-to-1 ratio is awesome. Or 1-to-3 ratio, excuse me. But now time to switch it back. Good job on the successful mute. Yeah, I'm glad you wrote that because I always constantly look back to see if I unmuted myself too. That's the problem with muting, right? Sometimes now you got to worry about muting and unmuting. All right, we got any requests? Adam Cack. I think I already accepted that one, but I'm not sure. So yeah, I do think the Prague premium pass is worth it. I think every premium pass is worth it, but like, I think one of these days, there's a couple things I want to do in one of our streams in the future. So like, one of the things I want to do is I want to do a tier list of all the aircraft, right? So I want to rate like which ones are S class, which ones are A, which one's F. You know, which ones are the best, which ones are the worst for aircraft. I also want to do a tier list on premium passes, right? Which ones are like ones that you should absolutely buy and which ones are the ones that you should buy last, right? Because like I think all of the premium passes you should buy. That's my opinion. So none of the... Yeah, all of them you get your money's worth just in handling crew. All right, so I think all of them you should buy because you're gonna get your money's worth. Now, which ones should you buy first? That's the better question. Innsbruck, Bari, and Prague are up there. Washington, even though like you would benefit a lot, it's 110 gold planes, man. Very expensive. Make AI be able to mute and unmute you based on whether it thinks you'll sneeze or cough. That's interesting. All premium passes except Sydney. Yeah, Sydney is probably one of the lower ones, but like even still, you still get like at least 15 handling crew from that premium pass. So it does make it worth the 80 gold planes you pay for Sydney. Although there's a lot of Waller rewards at Sydney. We're gonna be at Sydney soon, hopefully. I think we're level like 72 here at LHR on this account, so we should be getting to Sydney pretty like maybe in the next 1 or 2 months. I was planning on streaming on Thursday this week and then I completely lost track of time. I wanted to do a stream on Thursday. Nagoya is definitely a premium pass that's up there as well. Very worth it. I didn't accept the one. Gotcha. $47 planes to land. Going off our talk earlier about MSY, New Orleans, do you recommend buying a 752 there or just saving up for a 77W? So New Orleans is a little bit different now with the different airplane sizes, right? So if you have D planes in your New Orleans, you can actually handle like one more. Hold on, I gotta figure out how to word this because it's a little tough. So in the past, you could only handle 4 L or X planes at a time at MSY, but now you can handle 5 D, E, or F planes at a time at MSY if you have a few more D planes in there. So as far as the 752 goes, it could help. It doesn't really block you too much, but it's tough because I still also looking through the lens of, you know, the past where it was a medium plane and it used to take medium stands. So now it feels like it's taking a large stand when it was a medium plane. So like it's hard to kind of get that out of my mind, but like you can handle 5 larger X planes now at once compared to before where you can only handle 4. So kind of tough. I know it's a non-answer, but I would probably buy a few. I wouldn't go overboard. I wouldn't buy like more than 4. And I forget if you get any in the premium pass, but at New Orleans, I wouldn't buy too many 752s now. I even sold like 2 or 3 of mine. And I think I still have like 5, but like my fleet is massive everywhere. So oh no, Mike has 4 753Fs and an A333F and an A306F at San Diego. Oh no. Yeah, time to cancel, or time to sell those time to sell some of those planes for sure. That is definitely rough. Which livery is favorite? My favorite livery is on the A388. I'll show you. My favorite livery is on the A388. The A388 has a couple of great liveries in my opinion, but my favorite one is the one that is special. And it's not Special 4. Special 4 is pretty nice too, but it is the one that used to be called Triangles. And I really like Triangles because it does some cool things with your colors. It'll combine colors to make new colors on your livery. Some people don't like that, but I very much like it. Because you can make some different, like, interesting combinations. You could even, like, change which one is the secondary. And it changes the way, like, the colors mix. So, this is my favorite livery in the game. I wish that was, like, the default triangles that was available for all the airplanes. But I know World Airports pulled it out. Like they did a survey, and that must not have won. You know, that's all I could say. Why is WoA checking for Apple review when update is ready? I wonder if there's another update coming. I don't know about another update, but maybe there could be another one coming, right? I don't know what you're. What are you referencing? Are you talking about like an Instagram story or something? But you're right. The update is out. 3.0.1 is out for Apple. You hate the redeem system? It's not working. Well, the redeem system has a little bit of a cooldown. That way I'm not like overloaded with requests, even though that doesn't stop me from being overloaded with requests. Alright, we're going to change the approach manager. Land F planes first, please, then D, then E. That's on final, so we can take that off. Where's this one going to? Washington. You just need to write something bad and then it works. That's how everything in life works, right? Yeah, I'm really on track, really close to being on track to unlocking to doing another stream day. Very, very close. Oh, six DEF planes at once at MSY. Nice. Thanks for the correction. I knew it was at least 5, and I was thinking 6, but I didn't want to misspeak either, you know? You played Airport CEO. Nice. I have Airport CEO on my computer. Yo, what's up, Pips? CJ, Fat, can you send me planes to BKK? So, yeah, I definitely can. I have that possibility, but what you got to do, and what I request people to do, because I'm, you know, with the new feature in the game where you can buy multiple planes at once, you can buy up to 10 planes at once. With that new feature, it really makes it easy for me to buy a plane and then to configure it, and then buy multiple of those planes. Because on my main account, I have like 5 million wallers or more in almost all my airports. So I can definitely buy 10 airplanes at once. And then when I have an airplane configured for an airport, I go into the Phat Airlines Discord and I go into the contract board. I go into the contract board here and then I search to see who's looking for a plane to BKK. Right? So, oh, this is Innsbruck. Let's switch to BKK. Right, we got Worst, who's sending planes to BKK. We got Neil, who is not sending to BKK. Here, this person, Harry Geo, is receiving planes to BKK. So what I would do is, even though this post was made 1 day ago, I would still send them a request to import in Kahuna 2 to their BKK with that plane. And sometimes I post, sometimes I just react to the post, the board post. But make a post on that contract board, because that's where I go when I'm ready to send some contracts out. Imagine having a massive fleet of 752Fs at Muscat. Yeah, I have like 10 752Fs. I really haven't played a lot of Muscat. I just when I do play Muscat, it's all on autopilot. Like tower managers, everything. I'm not handling it. Welcome back, Made to Move. B752F being D is a huge nerf. Yeah, it is kind of interesting, but it's kind of funny because like people in the World of Airports Discord during the preview stream, because during the World of Airports 3.0 preview stream, which I did 2 weeks ago, I think it was 2 weeks ago, but that preview stream that I did, we ended up like the 752s were C planes, C-class planes over there, right? They were still C-class. And people on the World of Airports Discord were like, whoa, this is so wrong. That's not right. No, that's good. That's bad. And like, I was all about it. I was like, all right, this is great, because like, and nothing changes. But I knew if they were to change it to D class, a whole lot would change because of that. So I don't know. Realism gets the best of us. Abdullah asks, hey bro, do you like the new UI? It's hard to play this game now. Yeah, I really do like the new UI. I think it's a lot easier to play the game now. As a matter of fact, the first, day or two of me playing the new UI, it was a little bit harder because I had to get rid of old habits. I had to learn how to play. Some things are a little bit different now than they were before. But for the most part, everything is very similar to how it used to work. And for me, it actually is a lot better. You know, having the slider for the handling crew is just such an improvement. It makes it easier for me to handle multiple planes at once. I don't have to tap so much, especially when you start handling those X planes and L planes, you know, what used to be called X and L planes that need 13 handling crew to max out plus 1 ramp agent. Now you can do all of that with just two presses of the screen. You know, you press once and you slide over, you get all 13 handling crew. You tap once for the ramp agent, and then you're good to go. How do they even know which plane is which class? That's a lot of people know. Like, it's like documented somewhere. Not me, I don't know. That's not my expertise. I think we should keep playing Prague, but I want to go to LHR too, because we have like 300 planes probably at LHR. So I'm just gonna take off this plane here, and then we'll go to we'll go to LHR. What's my favorite airlines in WoA in real life? I don't know about airlines. Right now, I'm a frequent flyer on United. World Airports, I really don't play with airlines. I do mainly player contracts. All right, let's do the approach manager here. We're gonna do what, an hour and a half. We'll do 2 to 1. Actually, ratio don't matter here. We're gonna prefer favorite airplanes. All right, we're gonna do ground manager as well for an hour and a half, because there is some crossing of the runway here, so we need to do that. Adam said something about the Wait, didn't somebody say something about the tower managers, or did that disappear? Oh, here we go. Abdullah said fat new ATC is expensive and it still works slow, just like it work fast. I don't know if I agree with you about it working slow, because it's a lot faster than me trying to handle it manually. But if you're faster at doing things manually than the tower managers, then do it manually. You know, tower managers are a completely optional feature. Right? You're not forced to use it. So if you think you are better at handling the landings, the departures, the pushbacks, assigning the stands, all of that, than the tower managers, then go for it, man. Do it. I, for one, am not faster at doing all those things than the tower manager. I'm definitely not faster than the tower manager. So I need to use them. I do like the extra features they added. I like the sliders for the ATC. It does kind of stink that they're more expensive, but they were kind of cheap before anyways. And I mean, if you're playing with, well, for me, I play a lot of player contracts, right? So with me and my player contracts, I'm still making more money than I'm still making more silver planes than what I'm spending on the ATC. You'll probably even see it here. Even though I'm down to 7,000 and I started the stream at like 7,500, you'll see I'm going to come out positive. Yeah, even just this plane alone right here is going to make me go positive. 717 from finishing this plane. We're going to favorite that plane so we can land, so I can get my silver planes. But yeah, I think I disagree with you. But yeah, I do disagree with you. How do I handle a lot of planes? So I buy the premium pass. That's important, right? Because the premium pass gives you extra handling crew. You can't handle a lot of planes if you don't have handling crew. That's important. Another thing too is in certain airports, I will buy extra handling crew. So that's like at what airport? At Leipzig, for example. Leipzig, you run into you don't have enough handling crew there. So I do also buy extra handling crew at like those airports. Also, you know, I'm trying to be strategic with how I schedule planes to land. You know, the tower manager does make it super easy to land, you know, all F planes first, but that might not be the best option for you to do at all times, because here I have 293, so that wouldn't bother me here. But if you're like in a brand new airport, if you're or a newer airport, like level, you know, 30 or something, you know, you might not have enough handling crew to handle, you know, 10, 15 A380s at once. So you want to be strategic with the way you schedule your planes to land, especially if you're manually choosing where the planes go. Real easy to kind of just make sure you're optimizing. Yeah, LHR, the runway crossing only matters for departing aircraft. Yeah, the thing is, Mike, though, the line could get so long here that it could block planes from getting to their stand. So that's why but you're right. That's a good point, though, because that means I activated that tower manager too early when I could have waited 10 or 20 minutes and saved us a little bit of silver planes to do it. So good point. What level am I in my main account at GRU? I think I'm level 20 at GRU now. I'm still not regional though. I know that, but I think I'm level 20. Now, what I'm doing right now is I'm going through these contracts to see which ones are almost finished. Of course, the Concords too. Any Concord requests here? And no request over there. Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing which ones are almost finished. That way we can get those landed first. Especially those that are at 9 out of 10. I want those to be the very first ones. Like this one from David Elio. I should have hearted that one. Oops. I do have in the approach manager to prefer favorited airplanes, so I got to make sure I heart the planes so that way they can land first. Otherwise, they're just going to land in the same order I assigned them, which is not bad, but it's not great either, you know. We're going to heart this one too, and we come back. I'm going to heart that one. Concords get a heart from me. I mean, I could also actually, you know what's easier is going through this list over here, filtering to other players. Oh, but no, this list over here is by player name. It's not filtered by. But you can look on the bottom left of each of these cards. I'm going to scroll pretty quickly, but you can look at the bottom left, and I'm just looking for an 8 or 9. Here's an 8. And all the 8s or 9s, I'm going to go ahead and heart. All the Concords, I'm going to heart. That way I could go back through the list, filter to the hearted planes, and it makes it a lot easier for me to get those landed. I also usually heart the X planes, but I don't need to do that so much anymore because I could always turn on the approach manager feature to land the F size planes first. So not as necessary as it used to be. Here's an 8 out of 10, so we're going to heart that. Yeah, the good news is I'm making my silver planes back today from that I spent on the tower managers. Even though I spent almost 4 hours of tower managers, well, approach manager and here at LHR ground manager, I'm still coming out positive for the day. But you got to make sure you're playing with other players. Well, for me, I like playing with other players. You don't have to play with other players. There's a lot of people who are very successful that don't play with other players. But for me, I need to play with other players. That way get those max reward contracts. And you got to play as often as you can. You know, that's one thing that really hurts my game on this account, is that I don't play daily. I don't play, I only play once a week. And usually I recommend you try to play maybe an hour a day now. You could probably get away with less, but if you play an hour a day, you're going to be really set up more than somebody who plays 7 hours on one day. So, you know, spreading out your gameplay over more time can really help you get more XP and more silver planes. All right, I think we're done. Now we can go to my fleet. So my fleet is sorted by contract completion here, right? So this makes it real easy. Like that one's at 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10. Look, let's go. 9 out of 10. So yeah, sorting by your fleet sorts it by how far into progress you are, but the sorting by your contracts is sorted by in alphabetical order by the player name or the airline name. All right, so we're gonna sort by hearted planes, and now we know all the planes we got to get to land. This is gonna be nice. All right, I gotta catch up on chat. Sorry guys. I gotta cough first. Abdul said, "Fat, just say that it's more expensive than before." Okay, that is factual. Yeah, that is factual. I can understand people being upset about that, but I felt like it was very cheap before too. It's funny because I would tell some of the top players who played World of Airports, I would notice that they were using like the tower managers at the lowest percent, at the slowest speed. And it's like, bro, what are you saving your silver planes for? But like, for those of us who don't have an abundance of silver planes, like I don't on this account, you want to use the slowest speed. But like when you have like over 200,000 silver planes, you're pretty set. You can spend. You don't have to worry about saving all your silver planes anymore. All right, my departure queue is starting to build up a little bit. I might consider adding the departure manager for a few minutes here, but I think I can handle this. How do you turn off the blue outline in the taxi line? So you have right here under the eye icon, you have the option. This option is a sensor camera on objects, so that way when you click on a plane or on a plane card, it'll censor on that. I like having it censored. That's my preference. But then this option underneath is that blue highlight, as well as the path that it's going to take. So I like to turn that off. That is my preference. Yo, where has Red Concord been? Haven't seen him in a while. But then again, I also haven't been here in a while. Yeah, my month of March was really interesting month. I've never had so much travel as I did in March. That's been my busiest month I've had in a long time as far as travel goes. You know, I went on vacation, which was fantastic. We had a great vacation. Me, my wife, and my son, my child. Great vacation. Then afterwards, I went to Vegas for a business conference. That conference was pretty good. Really enjoyed it. I did learn a good amount. You know, just really what's the word I'm looking for? It just reinforced some of the stuff that I already knew. But sometimes you need a little bit of reinforcement, right? So that was nice. What else? And then, you know, last week, you know, I used to always go to soccer games, football for you Europeans. But I used to go to all these soccer games that were away, you know, different around the US. And then we stopped doing that in 2021. So I wanted to resume doing that this year. right, let's start handling. ATCEs charging more on this update is not a good option for us like normal players. Well, you gotta remember it's an optional feature though, right? But I get it. You don't have to turn them all on. You know, the only one, like, I'm not silver plane rich on this account, you know, and I would be if I played more. But let's say this is like a normal player. The only thing abnormal about this account is that I have so many player contracts coming in, which is a little bit harder for some of you normal players, right? But you don't have to turn on all the tire managers, you know, just turn on the approach. You know, most of these airports, you can assign stands faster than, you can assign stands fast enough that the approach manager can have a full queue of planes waiting to land. You know, you can do the lineups and departures yourself. There's a lot of things, like, you don't need to use the tire manager. I think the only one I feel like I need to use is the approach manager. And for the approach manager, they land planes a lot faster than I do. So that's the one that I use. It's a little bit more expensive, but you know, you have a lot more options now too, right? So you can choose to prefer favorite airplanes, which I like to do. You can also choose the arrival sequence. So you can either have planes land in the order you choose to land them in, or sorry, you can choose to have planes land in the order that you assigned them in. So if you, like, I assigned my plane first, my plane's gonna land first. And I assigned another plane, that one's gonna land next. Or you can have it so that way F planes are always first. In this case, A planes are always going to be first, B planes are always going to be second, and so on. But you can change the order. The only bad part is that you have to turn it on in order to adjust the order. But completely optional. But I get it. It's more expensive, so it's a different. But you also kind of have to remember, like, this is the way it is now. That's like one thing I'm struggling with the 752s, for example. 752s, much more expensive, or sorry, they're a different size class. They're like D planes now, which are like L planes. So I kind of have to like forget about the past and think about where we're at now and how we're going to keep moving forward from here. Good. I have the sounds muted. When I want to do that, I deselect the arrival preference. That way the tower manager assigns gates in the order selected to land. Oh, okay. Are you going to rush in GRU? Well, I am going to play GRU every single day. I don't know if you mean what you mean by rushing. But I am going to play it every single day for sure. Up until I'm max level. Once I'm max level, then I have to figure out what I'm going to do after that. But I'm having a lot of fun with GRU. You know, it can handle a lot of large planes and extra large planes, which is great. You know, something that MSY could not do. New Orleans can't handle. You can't really handle a lot of large planes. So GRU might actually become another daily airport for me. But once we get to max level or closer to like international status, then I'll know for I'll have a better idea. Really hard to come up with like a solid opinion when I'm still just a local airport, you know? No event planes. Yo, what's up, IC? See you later. That's true, Noodle. Notice that the more player contracts you get, the more time you have to invest playing the game per day. Why LHR is hard? I don't know what you mean, Brian. You think LHR is hard? Is that what you're saying? I'm not understanding. I'm sorry. Flamingo says the tower manager is actually justified considering the amount of customization and power it has to make the game flow better. Yeah, and the power it has to compound your silver planes, right? I just acted like, I mean, look, this is weeks of work, right? Or multiple days of work, but I activated the tower managers, 2 tower managers for an hour and a half. And I forget how much that cost me. Hold on, let's find out how much that cost me. If I were to activate the tower managers for an hour and a half, that cost me 200 silver planes right there, right? For each, so that's 400 silver planes. And I was at 7,000 silver planes after I bought the tower managers. When I first started the stream, I think I was at 7,500, and now I'm at 9,400. So like, you could still come out positive. It's still very possible to come out positive from it. It just compounds because there's less things you have to worry about, like keeping track of. And speaking of, I do need to turn on the departure manager now because I'm not doing a great job of paying attention to that. So we're gonna turn that on. And I turn it on for 20 minutes. Maybe I might have to turn it back on afterwards, but 20 minutes should clear up this queue plus any other planes that are ready to go. And then I could probably manually handle for a little bit after that. Minika, we got a plane request to your Muscat. Shrek, we got a plane request to your BKK. Catalin, we have a plane request to your IAD. I think those are the requests that we have pending. Yeah, those are the requests that are pending. Thank you for completing the contracts. That's very, very, very helpful. All right, we got any plane requests? We got, ooh, X-plane. Nice. Guys, by the way, I appreciate you all sending requests, but in order for me to accept this request on this this account, you do have to do a redemption on Twitch. There's a redemption you can do. It's called Fat Coins, and you do a redemption for an X-plane contract or whatever size plane that you want to redeem, and that will allow me or force me to accept your plane request. Everybody else, like if you don't want to pay or you can't because you're not on Twitch, feel free, especially at LHR, feel free to send me a request to my main account, the Phat Rican, ThePhatRican. Again, ThePhatRican, Rican, the Phat Rican. Send me a request to my LHR and the Phat Rican. I play that account every single day at LHR, and you don't have to pay anything. The only bad part, I guess, is you don't get to see it on stream too often. But I do play my main accounts every once in a while on stream. Zyrox said, I think it's annoying that you have to clear the plane at takeoff for lineup and for takeoff. Yeah, I thought so too. I agree. Now I don't agree as much because now it gives a purpose to your departure manager, right? Because now the planes don't actually depart your airport until they're cleared for takeoff on the runway. Once you hit takeoff on the runway, then they depart. They show up on your radar. So like, for example, let's see, is this plane? Yeah, this 748 is just taking off now. So now you're going to see it right here on the radar. So it does add a little bit more necessity to the departure manager, which is cool. But it's an extra step for those of you who aren't using that departure manager, right? So it's one of those things. Oh, Red Concord is leaving WoA for real life. That's understandable. Like, I'm 10 minutes behind. Who's handling Phat's other account? Is it him? I've been getting those messages all day today, all morning, where I'm on my main account and it says the Phat Rican has handled your planes. It's like really, really strange. And I think, I don't know, I feel like it's definitely a bug, because there's no way I'm handling my own account on my same account. It could be because I play this on my iPad. I play like 3 different accounts on my iPad, so that could be messing with like some of the in-game cache, but I haven't reported it to the developers yet. It's something I still need to do. Do I miss old WoA? I mean, it depends on how old, right? Do I miss getting 50 gold planes for an A388? Yes. That was the golden age, right? Do I miss being able to use silver planes instead of gold planes? Yes. But like, do I enjoy what I'm able to, like, that all the little quality improvements they're making over time? Yes, I also enjoy the quality improvements they're making as well. But yeah, I mean, in my opinion, it's silly to just expect things to stay the same, because, you know, if you look at the World of Airports forum, the Discord, communities everywhere, so many people get bored after a 2-month break of no updates, right? So World of Airports, they have to, and any game, anything in this day and age you have to keep updating it. You have to keep changing things to keep people engaged, to keep people playing. You can't just, it's not like how games used to be in the past, where you could just release a game and never touch it again and you could play it for years. That's just, people's attention span don't work like that anymore. So you got to change things up. You got to do things differently. And, you know, you can thank Facebook and TikTok for that, right? All right, educate, learn. See you later. Yo, what's up, Kamikaze? Hey, talk about the messed up notifications that's happening at 3.0. Yeah, like it's saying the Phat Rican is handling my planes, even though I have 0 contracts with the Phat Rican from this account. And then also, like, it's also saying undefined. I feel like there's a lot of server sync issues happening with 3.0. I feel like there's some server sync issues, because every once in a while too, I'll get the pop-up that says unstable network connection, even though my stream and everything, like my internet's completely fine. I get an unstable network connection request. And then also every once in a while, I'll generate a random player arrival. It'll say there's no available arrivals. I've never gotten that at LHR after about 2 weeks after LHR's release. Like, I find it impossible to believe that there's nobody sending a plane right now to LHR. I can understand it. It's like GRU for the first week, maybe the first 2 weeks. But after that, there's never a moment when I don't have an arrival. And on top of that, usually when there's no arrival, it should say there should be like a 15-minute timer to restart it, that there is a 15 minutes to restart it, but no. So I feel like there's some server side issues happening that are causing you know, a lot of these notification errors as well. The redemption says out of stock. You just gotta wait a little bit. There is a timer, so it'll say out of stock until the timer finishes. I think it's like 15 minutes on the X plane though. You DM David Elio, but he's not responding. He's been playing a little bit. I just haven't seen him in chat. But I mean, that's fine. You know, some people just need some space. Even I need my space. Because, you know, at a certain point, especially like with players like David Elio, myself, even like Red Concord, he had so many planes. It could kind of feel like a job, like having to handle all these planes at once. If you're approaching it the wrong way. You know, for me, I'm having fun. I'm just gaming. I'm putting the tower managers on. I play, you know, when I can. But if you don't approach it that way, it can easily turn into like almost a job. it doesn't become fun anymore. So, you know, taking a break every once in a while is completely okay. You just want to make sure you let people know, because some people really are relying on you to like handle that airplane and to get that contract complete. So yeah, but yeah, David Elio is still playing. I know that. I sent him a request the other day, a plane request, and we got it. He got it accepted. So just haven't seen him in chat, but that's no problem. You know, life gets in the way. Have you been plane spotting in real life or not? I don't really have too many places that are like, or airports that are like really close to me that I can go to. And I don't feel like traveling an hour and a half to like one of the major airports to spot. So no, I did try to go to like one of my local airports, but they don't really get too many, like they don't get too many planes. And the planes that they do get also are often delayed. So it causes a lot of problems with plane spotting, right? Would I like your SF-34 from Innsbruck? You could always send it to my main account, the Phat Rican. On this account, it probably wouldn't make a lot of sense to get an SF-34 from your Innsbruck. If you're at Innsbruck, I'm assuming you're a newer player, and for a newer player, or you know, an airport who's a player who's still at Innsbruck, you probably also want to have somebody who plays more often than once a week. This is my stream only account, so we only play during stream, and right now I stream once a week. I stream every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern. If you're not sure what time 11 a.m. Eastern is, you can just look at World of Airports and check out the time at Washington IAD. That's the same time as what it is for me. And so 11 a.m. Eastern, I go live every Saturday. And yeah, this is my stream only account. So I recommend for most players, and it doesn't like you have to pay for a request here. We do that so that way the most active players, or the people who are here for streams every Saturday or every time I stream, you're gonna get points for watching the stream, and then they're the ones also sending me requests. So I know at least they're here on Saturdays. I'm trying to add another day for streaming. My evenings, I like to relax sometimes during my evenings, and sometimes relaxing is not, you know, it's definitely not streaming, because streaming, I mean, I'm playing games, so it's not necessary. I don't know how to word it. I don't want to say it's not relaxed. Like, it's fun, but it's not relaxing, because I'm like working, talking, interacting with you guys. You know, right now I'm like 4 minutes behind in chat, but you guys are seeing me answer questions, talking to other people, and then you're like, wait, when is Phat gonna answer my question? And then sometimes I'm like 15 minutes behind in chat, and so it's like stressful for me just trying to keep up with chat and still give you guys legitimate answers, because, you know, I want to help you guys out, and I could easily just say yes or no, but like none of these questions, or most of these questions that you guys are asking, are not simple yes and no answers. You know, you got to think about some of the response, and not everybody plays the same way. That's one of the beautiful parts about World of Airports, is that so many of us play different. Like, we all play the same game, but we all use different methods in order to play. That's why I like World of Airports. And I love that we're all from like all different parts of the world too. Kamikaze, it's been weeks since you handled BKK. Wow. Yeah, here's 2D LHR. I did ask the developers about like, can we get like a more zoomed out map? I want to be able to see the entire map. The 2D map especially. I can understand 3D a little bit more, but 2D map, I should be able to see the entire airport. But LHR, for some reason, we can't. It's something that they're working on. But, you know, when we say they're working on it, you never know how long that's going to take before we see it in the game, you know? It could be a couple of weeks, could be a couple months, could be a year. Never know. TJ said, I don't expect my planes handled every day. Well, that's the best way to get progress, though. The way I think about it is, some of these airports are like 4 hours round trip. So like on a good day, you could probably get 3 handlings out of that plane in one day. But in general, if you could get just 1 handling on one of those long distance planes every day, you're gonna make some really great progress, right? You're gonna get silver planes in like every 2 weeks. You're gonna get rewards for handling that plane, and then eventually those planes are gonna be staggered, right? Because I'm not accepting planes all on one day. I'm accepting planes every day, and then everybody has their own timeline as far as when they play. So over time, like, you're getting silver planes, 1,000 silver planes today, another 1,000 tomorrow, and then like all of a sudden now you have 10,000 silver planes. So once you get 10,000 silver planes, you should always spend them on that 10 gold planes. Never buy the one unless you're rich. If you have, like, I would say 75 to 100,000 gold silver planes, go ahead, buy the one. But until you're at that point where you have an abundance, save up for the 10 and transfer it for the 10. Otherwise, you are too poor to afford. You are too poor to afford the one gold plane. And I know it's very tempting because it seems so cheap, right? It's only 1,500, but no, you're actually paying a lot more. It's the patience. The patience. If you don't have the patience, you're gonna be paying extra. And at A388 reached GRU from BKK. I don't think so. I don't know for sure though. Yeah, I really love these sliders for sure. These sliders are just amazing. It's so great for handling planes. You can send, anybody can send planes, and like for you, Aero Aviation 1, your SF-34, you can send it to my main account, the Phat Rican, THEPHATRICAN. You can do !Phat in the chat, and it'll also spell it out for you so you don't have to worry about it. Oh, and Hammy answered too. Thank you, Hammy. No planes can reach GRU from BKK or NGO. Thank you, Noodle. And Muscat too, right? Like, I don't think Muscat is maybe an 835K can, but I don't think Muscat is one of the airports. That's why LHR is such a solid airport. Like, LHR can't receive, the only airport LHR can't receive airplanes from is Sydney. But all the other airports, you know, St. Martin, Washington, GRU, San Diego, MSY, Bari, Innsbruck, Prague, Leipzig, Muscat, Nagoya, BKK. All those airports LHR can receive an airplane from. Or send to. Icy said, I love this version of WoA. It was fun for me. I think, for me, when the game came out for everybody, I've been playing the game for like I've been playing the version 3.0 for about a week or more, you know, when the update came out for everybody. So I knew it would take some time to warm up to, but once you got used to like some of the new things and like how some of the things that seem new are not really new, they're just like they just have new makeup on it, you know? It's just a new button on top of it. Once you got used to all those things, then it became a lot easier. And there's some other, you know, some other things I had to get used to. For example, like when you're choosing a stand to assign your plane to, you used to have to double click on the stand, like one click to select the stand, another click to confirm. And now it's not another click to confirm. It's a different button to click to confirm. So that took me some getting used to, but I'm used to it now. So I think a lot of it is just getting used to the new things. And then once you're used to it, you're like, oh, it's the same thing, but different, but still the same. My main airports are LHR, IAD, BKK, and currently GRU. I can't promise that GRU is going to be a daily airport yet. It might be, but I know up until the point where I'm max level at GRU, it's going to be a daily airport. But is it going to be daily after that? I'm not sure. I know MSY is not a daily airport for me. It was when I was leveling up, but after that, no. Now I'll check in maybe once or I try to check in MSY every day because I have a lot of contracts there. But yeah. Oh, Hammy, I have a request going to your Muscat. So Hammy to your Muscat. We have Shrek Noodle over to your BKK. Where else are requests pending? And then Catalan, Rocketalin, you got a request pending to your Washington. Manika, there's a request pending to your Muscat. Thank you, Hammy. Yeah, because that helps us get another handling in, or worst case scenario, we have to do maintenance. Like we are, oh no, maintenance. 25 minutes, but like I got I got 50 more minutes on my time manager, so I still get another handling on that, so that's good. So thank you for accepting. So yeah, well, one of the things that took me a while to kind of get used to was in the past you would click on the stand and then you would click it again to confirm, right? So you would click on the stand, click it again to confirm. So I would be constantly doing that because it was like muscle memory. I would click on the stand and then I would wait, I click it again and nothing would happen. So now I'm used to hitting the stand and then hitting confirm. But yeah, at first it took me some getting used to for sure. For sure. Okay, Muscat, you can get to GRU. That's cool. All right, I'm 4 minutes behind the chat, so not too bad. Yeah, TJ, I like Hammy's response to TJ because TJ said it's great to get them handled every day, but people have lives. So then Hammy said that is why I like to have a variety of players I play with and to communicate when I'm going to take a break. Yes, there are a few players that will have like 50 contracts or more, but they're very limited and selective. Yeah, I'm the same way. There's some players where I will like, well, when I'm first starting to get to know you, I prefer you sending me planes because then I see your username every day, right? Or however often you play. And then over the course of time, then I start to randomly send you back contracts. But yeah, you know, for the most part, there are some players that I know that are playing every single day or pretty frequently. And if they're not, that means something's going on in their life. It's not necessarily that they quit World of Airports. It's just like World of Airports has to take a back seat. I got me thinking too of another player who I haven't seen their planes in a while. But yeah, hopefully, you know, how to word this? Hopefully they're doing okay. But that's why when you send me planes, I like to see them because then I get to, you know, remember you. And then eventually it's like, oh, okay, let's keep sending this guy more planes. And then eventually you become a regular. Why haven't we added crash landing or emergency landing? Bro, there is never going to be crash landing or emergency landing in this game. Never. Never. Now, as far as like medical emergencies, sure. Crashes, never. So get that out of your mind. or play a different game. Never going to be emergency or crash landings or emergency landings in this game. That's been a hard stance from the developers since like day one. And that's not going to change. I don't want to see planes crashing. Do you see enough of that on the news? I don't want that in my games. Jeez. Do you know when they will add the first generic airport? Nah, I'm not sure, LX. Not sure. They didn't put a timeline with that. Nor do I expect them to put any timelines on anything, really. Kamikaze said it happened to me with claiming the rewards from the past. You're so used to needing to click to claim the rewards when the reward appeared on the screen. Yeah, I kind of like not having to click on it a second time. Even sending the contract request, like if you have a fleet plane and you're sending a request to somebody, sending that contract request to somebody is different now too. And it's still, I still have to get over my muscle memory there because I guess I haven't sent enough new contract planes yet. And I play some IAD. I don't have Washington unlocked on this account. This is my stream only account, Phat Empire. So this account I play only on stream, so that way we can kind of have a record of all the things I've done, and also that way you also know, well, all these planes from other players that you're seeing, they pretty much like they purchase it. Now it's not like a money purchase, it's a fat coins. You get fat coins on Twitch by watching the stream, and it's all for free just by watching and participating on the stream. So all these people planes that you see, including mine, that are being sent to other people are from people who are on the stream and redeemed it. So yeah, that's my stream only account. It's all recorded, so that way we could take a look, so that way people can see how, you know, I level up and how I do certain things. You know, strategies change over time, especially with 3.0 now. You know, you have the introduction of A stands, and you have to buy all the lower size on a stand before you buy the higher size. So I know, like at GRU, what I was doing and what I'm going to be doing with future airports, I'm pretty sure we'll have to think about it more. But when I'm at a brand new airport and I'm not using gold planes to buy more wallers, I'm going to use my wallers to unlock A stands. That way I can, because A stands are only 2,000 wallers, B stands are 4,000 wallers, and then C stands are 6. So in order to buy a C stand, you have to buy A and B, or you can buy C at once. It will still cost you the same as if you were buying each one individually. So what I was doing at GRU was I was buying the A stand so that way I could get more contract capacity and more handling crew. And I think that's the strategy going forward. But I'll have to try it out at a new airport. So like we're really close to unlocking Sydney here. I mean, I say really close, but it's like 1,000 XP for each level. So maybe not as close as I think we are, you know, but even still, we're almost at level 81 here, which will unlock Sydney Airport. And then we get to try out, you know, one of these strategies. Contract extensions are so much easier. Yeah. I like how they give you an option to cancel the contract when it completes or not. That also takes me some getting used to though. So when the contract is over, you get that pop-up that says, hey, do you want to like extend the contract or do you want to cancel the contract? Whereas before it was just like a little button on the card. Still takes me some getting used to because I'm not used to that pop-up appearing. I'm like ready to go on to the next plane sometimes. But yeah, still very nice. Sanjay has 184 contracts at IAD. You need to update your game, bro. So he says he has 184 contracts at IAD. It's difficult to handle planes that are about to land because there's no available slot for airplanes, but still visible when you press the I. This makes the button very uncomfortable. Yeah, you need to update to World of Airports 3.0.1. 3.0.1 fixes that complaint that you have. And then I think you'll be very happy. So update your World of Airports right now. Right now. Don't even stop. Or actually, yes, stop what you're doing and download the update, and your issue will be resolved. That's why right now I hit the I button, and all these arriving airplanes don't have any. They're not showing up in my filter, even though this one doesn't have a stand. Right? This one has no stand assigned to it, and in your version of the game, it'll show up as needs attention. But in my version of the game, on the exclamation point, nope, it's gone, and that's because I'm on 3.0.1 and you are on 3.0. Why haven't DH8 from another old game? I think Airport Prague is a very different game than World of Airports. They did take some inspiration from Airport Prague to put into World of Airports, but it's different code. Yeah, I thought you couldn't send the SF-34 to LHR. I was not sure where you can go. Then you could probably post it on the Phat Airlines contract board, and say what airports it can go to, and you'll probably find somebody who can receive it. Maybe like to Prague or Leipzig, but I don't play those airports every single day. So I mean, you could send me a request still there too. So like for some people don't play every day, so they don't mind that I don't play those airports every day either. I still accept all the requests that come in, but it does make me sad when I see requests canceled. While the contract is in progress, especially from those other airports, because like I tell people constantly that I don't play those airports every day. But yeah, it happens. You notice they jacked up LHR level XP needs? Yes, and I love it. I am very okay with World of Airports making the XP for any levels that are beyond the level to unlock the airport by jacking them up 5 times. So instead of 1,000 XP, I think you need like 5,000 XP for like level 82, 83, and 84. I think I'm only at level 83 on my main. But yeah, I'm in 100% support for World of Airports to jack up the XP requirements for each of these levels. As a matter of fact, I would love to see World of Airports add well, maybe this will come like with challenges whenever challenges does come out, but I would love to see an option that allows XP to still kind of be useful, right? So I would say like if you earn another, like every 20,000 XP that you earn in an airport, you should probably get like 1 gold plane, right? I think that's kind of fair. I don't know what the exact number should be, but after earning 25,000 XP, you should get 1 gold plane. And I think that would get a lot of people playing the game consistently, because when you think about it, in the past, you would get gold planes for handling a certain number of airplanes, and that would keep people playing for a very long time. And people miss that nowadays. So if they had like some kind of option, like I would love to start, like a prestige or to have the infinite level rewards, but that's kind of hard because they manually program what's each of these levels. It's not like procedurally generated or anything. So it is kind of hard. But if every 25,000 XP or 20,000 XP that you earn, you get 1 gold plane, so many people would keep playing the game over and over again at the airport that they want to play at. So that way they can earn that 1 gold plane. And not only, I mean, that's one thing about games, right? Is that like you can pay with your money, or you can pay with your time, right? And I think, they have silver planes, which is one way that we kind of earn with our time. But if they gave us something after max level where XP was still useful, I think that would be super cool. But yeah, as long as the levels after the airport are jacked up and not the levels before the airport or the level for the airport are jacked up, I'm completely okay with it. If they start jacking up like the levels, like if it costs 5,000 XP or you need 5,000 XP to get Sydney, that would make me very sad. I would understand it. I would be understanding about it, but I would still be very sad about it because I don't think that's the right path to go. But any levels after the airport is unlocked, that's free game. That's free play, you know? Jack it up. What's up, Snowyak? Little Snowyak? The delivery manager is weird. That's interesting. I really haven't paid too much attention to the delivery manager. I paid more attention to the approach manager than I have with the delivery manager right now, at least. So that's good to know. I'll keep an eye on that when I do pay attention. Oh, so it goes in order, like, instead of just all of your, like all of my airplanes first. That makes sense why sometimes I see some generic aircraft landing first. But like I also sometimes have the approach manager turned on. So are you sure it's that way? Because you could have the approach manager turning on, which could override it. Like if you have the arrival sequence on, it would land. Let's say you have F planes on top. It would land in the same order that it was assigned. So delivery manager, right, would, in my case, the way it's ordered here, it would do other players than mine and airlines. So if they're all F planes, it would land in this order because that's the way it's kind of it's assigned. But I don't know. I haven't really checked out the delivery manager like that. I haven't really paid too much attention. Some of it makes sense to me. Some of it is still kind of unknown. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. On your main account, what do you play the most? Prague, Leipzig, or Bari? Definitely Leipzig out of those three. Yeah, Kamikaze. I would oh my gosh. I would check to see if you have the arrival sequence turned on here, because that might be messing with the departure manager or the delivery manager. That's just my guess. It could very well be that it's doing like what you say it's doing, but what it sounds like to me is that it's landing all, like you have the arrival sequence on as well, so it's landing all of the F-size planes, and then it's landing them in the same order that the delivery manager like landed them. So that could be what's happening. It might not be what's happening though. Will there be private jets or general aviation planes? Yeah, eventually. I mean, that's something that the World of Airports is working on. They said it's going to come out after 3.0. So, but we don't know exactly when that's going to come out. And I mean, I'm interested to see how it's going to work. But like based on like the initial information we heard about how it's going to work, it doesn't really. It sounds like more like a unique plane that you're going to randomly get while you're playing in the airport. So it's not going to be like super rewarding. It's just something to keep the airport busy and keep the game a little bit more interesting. But like nothing that's going to be like super game changing, you know? When Roar said, can you buy the pack multiple times? So if you're talking about the Airbus or Boeing packages, these packs they have a cooldown of 30 days. So I'm guessing you can buy it multiple times every 30 days. Has anyone shown that? I have that on my main account. So So Kamikaze's tested it without the approach class filter, and I can tell for certain the delivery manager is doing that. Gotcha. Thank you. I have screenshots, but I'm not pulling up my Photos app. But yeah, I have screenshots. It's a 30-day cooldown, and you get deliveries. I actually have a giveaway going on right now in the Phat Airlines Discord. If you look at the giveaway, actually, let's bring it up. If you go to the Phat Airlines Discord, and you go to giveaway X-Plane, this right here, wow, there's a lot of giveaways. Nice job, guys. So right here, the Phat Empire is giving away a contract with an A388 from GRU to a suitable airport of your choice. This is going to be the A388 that you get from the the Airbus pass right here. Apparently, this is also associated with the Wipedia. I did not know that until like yesterday. So this is not a contract that's going to renew. So when we're going to finish our 10, and if you're too slow to finish the 10, then I'm going to cancel it, because this is a plane that a lot of people are going to want to get, so that way they can get it into Wipedia. Same thing with all these other ones, but this one only have one of, whereas the other ones I have multiple. So this one's going to be really hard to get and rare, whereas these are going to be hard to get but less rare, you know. So we're going to rotate them around, so that way everybody has a chance to fill up their Wipedia. But we're doing giveaways, so that way it's I don't have to worry about like preferencing or preferring one player over another. What I might do for VIPs is like for the A35K, the A306, and the A320, I might do a few, like one giveaway for the A35K that's for VIPs only, and then another giveaway for everybody. Same thing with the A306, 1 or 2 for VIPs only, and then A320 definitely 2 for VIPs only. So that way you VIPs, I appreciate all your support, whether you pay or you're active, or whatever way you got VIP. I appreciate y'all being here and supporting me. Yeah, I think I posted Ultra. I think I posted it. I don't know if I posted a screenshot or not. I know I have the screenshot on my phone, but I posted about it in contract chat for sure, because somebody was asking about it in contract chat. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna go ahead and buy it. I recorded me buying it, so that way I can make a video about it. But I don't like buying things on stream, because I don't want my email address to show up. Sometimes like the last 4 digits of my credit card, I know the last 4 digits is kind of public information, but why risk having that information out there if I can just not do it? I can just avoid it completely. So yeah, I just don't like doing purchases on stream, so I did it off stream. Nice, hockey fan, level 19. I'm level 20 at GRU, so you're getting there, man. Which one you normally play the most? I already answered that, man. So my main airports on the Fat Rican are IAD, BKK, and IAD, BKK, and LHR. All right, and then right now I'm also playing GRU every single day. Now you also asked before, which I answered before as well. You asked out of Leipzig, Prague, or Bari, which ones do I play the most? I told you I play Leipzig the most out of those 3. Bari and Prague, I really only play those airports when there's event planes there. So sometimes I don't even play the airport when the event planes. I just go in, accept the event planes, and then leave. But most of the times I try to play when there's event planes, so that way we can get some planes in and out. But yeah, Bari and Prague I don't play too much. Prague I might try to play a little bit more so I can max it out. But Leipzig, I have a lot of player contracts there, so I do. It's not a daily airport, but I do try to play it as often as I can. When's the video coming out? I gotta record it first. Yeah. Yep. And I think I'm gonna go back to like my old school type of recording, where I record the video, because like, well, one, the videos that I'm making off of streams are costing me a lot of money. So I'm gonna go back to making videos where I record it separately from the stream. I might still take some content from the stream, like for shorts and stuff, but yeah, things are expensive. How much time we have on this? 30 minutes. And I think 30 minutes is a good time for me to end the stream too, by the way. We still got 191 planes waiting to land. It's crazy. But all of them have been assigned gates, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, all of them have gates, except for some small ones. Oh, and cargo. Maybe I should favorite some cargo planes. There we go. We're going to favorite some cargo planes. That way they can land first. Let's go to... Does this have... Yes, it does have a cargo filter. Nice. Ready to land. I think those are the ones that are assigned, right? Or is it at LHR that are assigned? I don't know. We'll have to find out. Unless you guys know. At LHR are assigned gates. Thank you, Hammy. Thank you, Hammy. Yeah, we need those planes to land first. Look at all these. So many cargo contracts. We definitely need them to land. Yep, here they come. Because I have the tower manager preferring favorited airplanes, so that's going to be helpful. What can members do to increase your revenue, help with costs? I mean, just being here for support is nice. You know, becoming a member on YouTube or subscribing. Yeah, is it subscribing? Yeah, subscribing on Twitch helps a lot. That's really like the main way. What I'm really working on right now is talking to different game developers to see if they're interested in sponsoring the stream or my videos. Right now we're getting like almost 100,000 views per month, which is like incredible. I when I first started, like getting 100k views was nowhere in sight, and now it's there in sight, so that's pretty cool. You know, we're like, I think you said this earlier, Flamingo, we had like 60 viewers at one point. I don't know what our peak was, because I don't really look at how many viewers we have during the stream, because I don't want to get distracted by that or get like nervous, because at one point I would get nervous because like, oh my god, there's 400 people here. I would get nervous about that, but now I just don't look. I can't get nervous if I don't know, you know. So I just don't look. And that helps, you know. Watching the videos can help, because there is some ad revenue that comes out of that too. Not a lot. That's why we have the ads on there, and even ads on Twitch on the streams here too, because you know we got a video editor. I have thumbnails to make. I have gold planes to buy. All those things. All the gold planes is like something that I'm happy to buy, you know. Increases my enjoyment of the game. What do you think about an airport in India and WoA? I think that's possible. Like, how does it say Phat Empire handled your airplane at Innsbruck? That's literally impossible. Literally impossible. You haven't made a long form video in quite a bit. Yeah, I wasn't home like in the month of March. Yeah, I haven't been home in the month of March. So that makes it really hard to make a video. Even though I have video editors, I have to go through my entire stream and then I have to say, hey, this is where it begins, this is where it ends, and then, oh wait, I also talk about it an hour later in the stream, and this is a really good part. You need to include that with that, and then kind of direct them. Now, at first, it was really tough with the video editors because, you know, they were learning the game and learning me. Now they know the game and they know my style, but still I have to direct them on, you know, where the material is at, what to include and what not to include. But yeah, not being home definitely interrupts me being able to make that stuff. 100% does. Yeah, I'm looking at sponsorships. I am going to ask the World of Airports developers to see if they want to sponsor me too. Because, like, why not get sponsored by World of Airports if I'm able to? Because, like, you know, if I get sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends, then so be it, right? But every little bit helps. You know, it all adds up. Like, even if you look at the bigger streamers too, you know, every dollar gets added up at the end of the month. New Delhi's being forgotten at this point. I think they ran into some issues with it beyond just the licensing. You handling your own random player playing it in? I don't even know how that's working. Right? I think there's a lot of server issues happening because that's all server side, right? And I don't know if anybody else is getting that, like, that you're handling your own plane. Yo, Flamingo, thank you for the 5,000 bits. That is very incredibly kind. I really appreciate that. With the heart. I've never heard that sound before, so I was shocked, and I was like, "What the heck is that noise?" Always fun when a new sound comes on stream. Thank you, Flamingo. I really appreciate that. That's gonna help a ton, because that's like, well, I know my it's like 4 shorts, so that's gonna help. Really appreciate it. What was I saying before that? Oh yeah. Thank you for subscribing, Alex. Also, we were talking about saying Phat Empire handled your airplane at Innsbruck. Well, one, I'm at LHR, so there's no way I can handle my own plane at Innsbruck, and two, there's no way for you to handle your own plane. So, is anybody else getting those messages that saying that you handled your own plane at a different airport? I'm getting them mainly here at LHR. Even when I was playing on my main account, I was getting the same error at LHR. Or not error, but the same notification message. So I'm wondering if it's because I play on multiple accounts on this device that now, like, my cache is all messed up on this iPad, so I probably need to restart my iPad. Or I'm wondering if some of you guys are having that same pop-up appear, or if it's just me. Yo, what's up, Lost Cause? Ultra said I didn't even hear the sound. Interesting. It sounded like, I mean, you were the first one to respond, so it looked like you heard the sound. That is all the notifications I get when my plans get handled, Hammy says. Gotcha. I wonder when we're getting at 3.0.2. Probably next week. I would not be surprised if we got it next week. That's typically what they end up doing, is that first patch comes like 2 or 3 days later after the initial update. And then like 1 or 2 weeks later is another patch. And sometimes there's a third patch after that before they start working on the next like major update. So that seems to be the trend. I don't know if that's going to continue, but it seems to be the way what works for them. Made to Move has the same thing going on. Mike is not seeing them. TJ is getting them a lot at Prague earlier. Nico's getting the same notifications. Noodle's getting it for every fleet plane that gets handled from another player. Okay, cool. I'm glad it's not just me. Hope that helps you guys out too, knowing that's not just you. yeah, it's got to be something server side, because also like I can't, well, when I generate a random player arrival, it says there's no arrivals available, and then almost like every hour, well, it hasn't happened recently, but every once in a while I'll get a unstable network connection error message, even though like literally my internet could not be more stable. It's not a device problem. Gotcha, Hammy. Hammy said I only have one device to play my account. It's not happening to me. It's not a device problem. I'm thinking that's an error caused. Your plane is handled, but your plane hasn't left yet. Oh, yeah. That's true, because like, right, the server technically, if that plane is handled and it's pushed back, the server might be trying to think that, oh yeah, this plane is handled. That makes sense. That could make sense. That could make sense. Well, I know Hammy plays on Android and I'm on iOS. Yo, Flamingo, thank you so much for the 25 gifted subs. Who got subs? We got Wolfman, we got Twill, we got Saroa, we got Sasan, we got Aero Aviation 1, we got Breeze, Little Snowyak, Aerolina Santiago, Andy Guarino, D1 Nickar, Philippine Semantic, Nick Lichten, Moofbob, Autofan, Ultra, Made to Move, I Am Riceless. It's a good list. Hidden Matrix Gaming, Brenbro, Jamal France, Roloff B, I Need Rust, Cool Corgi, TK Draken, and Zyrox. Flamingo, thank you so much for the support. And was those all randomly selected, or did you select them? Because that's a good list. Like some really good people in there. And Ultra doesn't have to complain this time about not getting the sub. You know? Wait, no, I don't think it's Ultra that complains every time, but guys, make sure if you got gifted a sub that you give a thanks to Flamingo. I really appreciate that, Flamingo. And also make sure that you join the Phat Airlines Discord and link your Twitch to your Discord. You go into your Discord settings and it's like somewhere in like connected accounts, and you can connect your Twitch account to your Discord account. What that'll do is it'll give you access to the VIP channels, which will also let you do giveaways, and also have like you're able to make a post in the VIP channel, the contract board. So we have a VIP contract board. Thank you, Sloppy, for 100 bits, man. That's really nice. So yeah, we have a VIP contract board. So anytime I have planes to give away, I'm looking at the Phat Airlines contract board, but I'm also looking at the VIP contract board. So yeah, thank you so much. You got 6 months by getting gifted. Nice, congrats. Ultra is gatekeeping now. Yo, 600 bits from Flamingo. Thank you, Flamingo. But yeah, we're over here. 13 minutes left on the time managers. For all you guys who have pending requests, please. Oh, actually, I haven't even looked. I haven't looked for 45 minutes. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? Brooding Lunatic, I'm so sorry. Oh, a Brooding Lunatic, LP Lima. I don't see a plane here from you. So the request that you redeemed the X plane contract. So what that means is a plane from you to me, and then I will accept it. If you want me to send you a request, then you have to redeem the Phat X plane contract, and then I will buy a plane and send it to you. To you. So that's what you got to do. I could refund you, so your points are not lost. I'm just gonna wait a little bit though to see if you want to send me that X plane, or if you meant to do the other way around, because that was like 20 minutes ago. So, and I still don't see your plane, so it's very possible that you meant for me to send you a plane, which is a different redemption. Flamingo, thank you so much. Sloppy, thank you very much. Arrow sent the SF-34 to Leipzig. Nice. Still trying to redeem that L contract. Let me take a look. It's been a while. It's been a while since the L contract. I know 1,000 bits. Oh my gosh. Flamingo, thank you very much, Flamingo. It's really weird. The L cooldown is 420 seconds. What is that? That's like 8 minutes? I don't know why it's not up. I'm gonna turn it off and turn it back on. I want that hype train. We've got a level 8 hype train. Oh my gosh. Some good emojis. Like a golf emoji. You get a in their bag, which is somebody throwing money. You get a goblin dancing. Yo, that's funny. Yo, Daniel G, thank you for the follow. All right, what are we doing here? Why do we have regular airlines landing now? That is interesting. I don't think I assigned them before these other planes. But I think what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna change the arrival sequence so we can get the larger planes back on the ground. Kamikaze said maybe I should probably not use the stand preference, the class stand preference for delivery. Let's see. That could be something, yeah. I don't know. It's something that I'm trying to learn passively about how to delivery or how these tower managers work now. I'm trying to learn just by like playing the game and then do some research on things that I'm not sure about instead of just trying to like do research from the beginning. It's just the way I like to do things. I like to normally play, figure it out, and then go from there. Use the arrival sequence of approach. Yeah, I don't know when. I think arrivals are more important than the stand preference for delivery. I mean, the stand preference for delivery might matter a lot. It does matter a lot when you have multi-gates, right? So you want to make sure you have like the G or F or E planes assigned first on those stands. The arrival doesn't matter as much when it comes to the arrival sequence, right? You can have GB all the way at the bottom. Doesn't really matter too much. I mean, it does a little bit because you want, in some airports, you want the smaller planes to land first, like St. Martin. So at St. Martin, I would have F planes first, maybe E planes second, and then B planes third, and then followed by D, C, and A. Or actually, A would probably be up there with the B. Yo, what was that? Yo, Nick Lichten, what's up, man? Thank you for the 400 bits, bro. That's very appreciated, very kind of you. Oh, TJ, so me turning it off and turning it back on worked for you? I'm sorry it took you so long, bro. Usually it should be a lot faster than that, so my bad. But I'm glad we got that request accepted for you. Yo, what's up, Shams? Shams Gaming. It's nice to see you. All right, what's it landing now? An A388. All right, yep. So turning on the arrival sequence helps me out now. Very interesting. I definitely got to figure out how that works because I feel like I did not assign those non-player planes. But maybe I assigned them last stream. Maybe that's what happened. Because I know I did assign some non-player planes. But I don't think I did that like that recently. Either way. we will continue on. This is a non-player plan, so get rewards and cancel. Yo, Flamingo with another 25. Flamingo, thank you so much. That's very kind. Like, I really appreciate that. It helps out so much. Who got these 25 subs? Let's take a look. I need to go down to the bottom. We got Crafty Simmer for life. We got Abanoob. I don't even know how to say their names. Sebas, 107 Elio, King Bear, Brandon Hybrid, LP Lima, nice. Dainty Butterfly, Daniel G, brand new follower, nice. Ibillan, Luke, Shams Gaming, nice. He just got here and he got a gift of the sub. We got TJ the Greatest, nice. Sloth, WM, Cheddar, Airport Plane Spotting, Gavin Medlock, CMDR, The Star Traveler, Sports Rule, Kuba, Gato Val, Nico Bellic, Rice Cake, and Juan Roar. Guys, if you got gifted a sub, give a shout out to Flamingo. Flamingo, thank you so much for that support. Like, it really helps a ton. I know I keep saying it, but it really does mean a lot. And it helps out a lot too. And also, if you guys got gifted a sub, make sure you join the Phat Airlines Discord. You get some special benefits for being a subscriber on Twitch, even if it was gifted to you. So you can join the Phat Airlines Discord. Make sure you link your Discord account to your Twitch account. You can do that on your Discord settings through connected accounts, and from there, once you link your Twitch account in usually like less than an hour, it automatically happens, but you'll gain access to special VIP channels, and you'll also have access to do some giveaways, which are only right now for VIPs. Eventually though, I'm working on a way to open up giveaways to beyond VIPs. The main thing that's holding me back from doing more, like allowing people to do giveaways, is that I don't want inactive players or new players to do giveaways, because really inactive players and new players, you should be finding somebody who plays at the same schedule as you, or somebody who plays more frequently than you, but it's okay with you not playing as frequently. In general, our VIPs tend to play a lot more World of Airports, so that was just like an easy way to kind of filter it out. What we're working on right now, and I'm working on this with Hidden. Hidden makes our bot that does the giveaway. So Hidden Matrix Gaming, me and him are working on some kind of like reputation system where you can have people in the Discord give you almost like a kudos or a shout out or a recommendation, and then once you hit certain levels of recommendation, then you will be authorized to do a certain number of giveaways every week for free without VIP. So right now it is kind of locked behind a paywall, but that's not my intention to keep it that way. I just want to keep it to active players, because the active players are the ones who should be doing playing contract giveaways, not newer players. It's not for newer players. Yo, what's up, Christopher? Nice to see you, dude. I appreciate you coming in. Do we have a Brooding Lunatic here? No. All right, I'm going to refund Brooding Lunatic because at this point, the X contract should be coming back. Time to share. Yeah. And it's a good month to be VIP, because like on Twitch, if you're a subscriber, you don't get ads, so that's really nice. And also, I have nothing planned this month that's gonna like force me to travel, like the month of March. The month of March, I had so much travel that it was like really hard. It was even hard for me to schedule that preview stream. That's why I had to do I don't know if you guys remember, but the preview stream happened on a Saturday night for me, right? And that was mainly because I was not even supposed to come back home until Sunday. So I changed my flight home to get home earlier. That way, one, I could spend time with my wife and my kid, but also that way in the evening, I can then do the preview stream for World of Airports. Because I did a test stream from my hotel room and it was bad. It was really bad. So that wasn't going to work. So I told Kuba, and I knew they were waiting for some community feedback from the preview stream before releasing the update. So I didn't want to keep delaying it until I got home on Sunday. So instead I was able to change my flight for free to an earlier date, which was great. And another great part about that flight, the middle seat was empty. So I didn't have anybody like rubbing up on me either. Yo, Philippine Semantic. Yeah, thank you. Shout out to Flamingo for gifting you a sub. WoA got a new update. Yeah, is it 3.0.1 or 3.0.2? Let's take a look. I'm looking on my phone. This 3.0.1 fixes a lot of the filters that were messed up. So that's a lot of complaints about the landing planes that are waiting to land but don't have a stand assigned to them. They would get this pop-up, the notification. So now that has been corrected. I don't see another update beyond that just yet, not on iOS at least. Yeah, I don't see an update 3.0.2, but yeah, 3.0.1 is out, and it has quite a few bug fixes in there, especially the one major one that a lot of people were complaining about the needs attention filter being more useful again. .0.1, yep, gotcha. Why can't I send text on Twitch? Someone help. Well, first off, you're on YouTube, so YouTube stream will show YouTube chat, and Twitch stream will show Twitch chat. That is so I comply with the terms of service for each of those platforms. So if you're typing in YouTube, it's gonna not show on Twitch. That's just how it works. I know other streamers will have both chats showing up at the same time, but technically that's against the terms of service, and I am not about breaking terms of service. That is not what I want to do. Because like if you're breaking terms of service, then that means they can also shut you down at any time. They can actually keep your money too. Legally, they can steal your money. So yeah, breaking terms of service, not a good idea. But nobody reads them either. So like most of the times people don't even know they're breaking terms of service. That's why like when people ask about emulators for World of Airports, like because like people want to play World of Airports on their computer, but there's no supported way, official way to play World of Airports on your computer. Now, if you have a Mac computer, you can play because it technically downloads the iPad app onto your Mac. So there's a way to play on your Apple device, but on your PC, there's no official way. And people use emulators, but you read those terms. I read those terms of service for those emulators, and it's a little sketchy, man. A little sketchy. Too sketchy for me, I would say. Too sketchy for me. All right, well, guys, any other questions about World of Airports 3.0 before we wrap up for the stream for the afternoon? Then I go back to playing on my main account. I'll probably be playing some Leipzig because I know we have a contract request. Somebody sent me to Leipzig, so I'll play some Leipzig first. Probably go for a walk. I don't know what the weather is like. It looks a little cloudy, but it's not raining. So maybe I'll go for a little walk or play outside in the backyard. Play some World of Airports. I think New York City Football Club is playing today at like 3:30. I think my tickets today sold. I have season tickets to New York City Football Club, so I think my tickets sold today, so that's pretty nice, because I don't really go to games anymore. Yo, Flamingo, thank you for gifting Hockey Fan a sub. Nice. Yeah, it's true, Mike. You need a Mac with the Apple chip. My Intel-based Mac still can't play. At this point, though, your Intel-based Mac is like 6 or 7 years old, right? So now it's like I'm getting to the point where I feel like I don't need to mention that anymore. But that's a good little asterisk to add. Like, yeah, it has to be an Apple chip, which is one of those M1 to M4, I think. Or M5 now I think they're at M4 still. So yeah, you definitely need to have one of the newer Macs, not one of the older ones with Intel. Brian asked, Phat, you like this update? Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. There are some small minor things that I'm not enjoying so much. I think eventually I'll share like my suggestions through my suggestions and some bugs that I'm running into, like minor bugs, to the developers via the email. But for now, I just want to sit it out, because I gave some suggestions in the beginning, and now they're not even a problem for me as much after getting used to the new UI. A lot of it is just like muscle memory, because like I'm so used to doing things the old way that doing things the new way just felt wrong. But like, no, this is just how the game is now. You have to do things the new way. Brian said, anyone playing WoA find their mobile device freeze on rotating the left direction only? I think they locked screen rotation on World of Airports. So like it doesn't rotate no matter which way you point your device. There was a point in the beta test where the rotation did work, but it would work in all directions, which was bad, right? Because World of Airports not supposed to be played vertically. So then they turned it back off. So I think maybe it's a program issue or something, but yeah, rotation does not work. Do I live in New York? I don't live in New York City. I do root for New York City Football Club, and I have season tickets to them. Well, I have one season ticket. I live in New Jersey. It's a 2019. Yeah, wow, 6 years old. Nice. Yo, Voitando, what's up, man? Sorry that you still can't play, but nice to see you here, dude. Only thing annoying me is glitching. Hockey Fan said, only thing annoying me is glitching when scrolling on the shopping cart and in the Wipedia list. I'm not getting any of that. My shopping cart works fine. My Wipedia works fine too. I mean, I do have right now, I do have the game set to graphics pretty. I have 3D landscapes on and battery saver mode off. Battery saver mode off will like let you play at like 60 frames per second, whereas battery saver mode on I think is like limits you to 30 frames per second. But yeah, it's not happening to me. I also play on a much higher end device than many of you. If you could choose between a new or old UI, what would you choose? I choose the new one. There's just so many like great quality of life improvements here just with the UI. When we're just talking strictly about the UI, I'm going to pick the new one. I was super excited. Yeah, I was, because now it's out. I was super excited to be able to play World of Airports 3.0 on my main account on the real servers. I was super excited to do it because I had so many planes to handle that having to tap, this plane and assign, well, for 752, 7 handling crew plus 1 ramp agent would mean I had to tap the screen 8 times. That just got annoying when you had like 190 planes on the ground to handle. That's 190 planes times 10 handling crew each. I'm tapping the screen almost 2,000 times just to handle all those planes. Now I'm only tapping the screen 400 times. But yeah, guys, I think that's it for me for today. Oh, we got some more questions. Hold on. We'll answer these questions. Are you excited when Messi play in MLS? Well, Messi's already playing in Major League Soccer, and I'm super excited because my season tickets sell for a lot more on the game that he's playing. I'm not in any, like, I'm not in a need to like watch him play in person. I've seen David Villa play in person. I've seen Frank Lampard. I've seen Andrea Pirlo, all great like legends in the game, right? So I don't feel the need to watch Messi live in person. And the cool thing is, like, when I sold my tickets, almost like 3/4 of my entire season ticket was paid off from that one game. I could probably get 100% of my season ticket from that one game, but I didn't want to be too risky. Yeah, anybody can send me a plane to my main account, the Phat Rican. Anybody can send a plane to my main account, especially if you send it to my main airports. I'm more than happy to accept everybody's planes. My main account is the Phat Rican, THEPHATRICAN. It's on the screen right now. It's kind of weird. Yeah, that's my main account. More than happy to accept any of your contracts that you want to send my way. Very happy to do that. How did you get pre-access of WoA update, just like when you did stream? So the World of Airports developers, they asked me if I was interested in doing that, and I said yes, of course. I've built a lot of trust up with the World of Airports developers. I'm not overly positive about the game, but I'm also not I'm not a negative person in general. I try not to be, at least. So they know, like, I'm not going to show the bad parts of the things, especially since, like, a lot of times I'm finding the bugs for them too. So I'm not going to show the bugs, and they don't have to worry too much about me showcasing their game, in a bad light, because they want to make sure things are looking good. So yeah, they came to me. They asked if I wanted to do it. I said, yeah, of course. I know eventually, hopefully we can get some more collaboration with the developers. Do I ever watch NASCAR? Not really. I'll watch it if it's on, like if I'm at the restaurant or at the bar and it's on TV, I'll watch it, but I'm not gonna sit at home and put it on TV, or sit at my computer and put it on. Even with F1, F1, I want to watch it, but like same thing. If it's on TV, I will 100% watch it, but I'm not usually, the only thing I'm going out of my way to watch is for Major League Soccer, and that's only for the team that I root for. Okay, let's see what else. Yeah, thank you again, Flamingo, for all the support today. That really like brightened up my day. A couple other people supported today, right? We got Mert with the resubscribing earlier today. We had who else? Magiskies with becoming a member on YouTube. So thank you for that. Wow, we got a lot of subscribers today too on YouTube. We had let's see, Flamingo with a bunch of support, Sloppy with the support. We had Nick Lichten with the 500 bits. Thank you for that, bro. Thank you very much all for the support today. I don't really play Airport Prague, Dryan, so I can't miss what I'd never had. Flamingo says you're welcome. Thank you. What do you think about 3.0? I'm really enjoying 3.0. A few small issues that I feel like they need to kind of address or fix or something, but the developers, they're always on top of things, and sometimes they'll introduce a brand new feature to kind of make those complaints that we have go away. So they did that with the ATC tower that didn't exist when 2.0 came out, but we all had complaints about having to constantly handle planes and like do all the features. So they introduced the ATC feature. So the World of Airport developers, they listen to the community. They're watching the community. They understand our complaints. They listen to the stream. They watch the stream. So they always surprise me. Your WoA is still broken? That's sad, Voitondo. Did you install 3.0.1? That's the one thing I would probably tell you to take a look. Make sure you have the new version, because maybe the bug that you're running into is fixed with this new version. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for all the support today. Just even being here. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. I will be here again next Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern. If you're not sure when 11 a.m. Eastern time is, you can go into your World of Airports. You can go press play and go over here to Washington, the East Coast, and you can see what time it is. It's 2:22 p.m. right now for me, and that's my time. I match up with Washington. So if you're not sure, take a look at Washington. 11 a.m. Eastern is what time I stream on Saturdays. Hopefully we'll have another surprise. We'll have a surprise stream this week. But again, thank you all for being here. I'll be playing my main account later today, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Yeah, it's true, TJ. The devs respond to emails too. Alrighty, guys. Yeah, have a fantastic day. Oh, I didn't mention this at all today, but in case you guys don't know, make sure you join phatirlines.com. We have an email newsletter. I forgot to send an email this past week because I was still getting some stragglers from the last email. But now all those stragglers have stopped. So this week I'll be sending out a new email with a new contract that can go out to your airports. Completely free to sign up. Join at phatirlines.com. But guys, have a fantastic day. Have a fantastic weekend. And I will see you guys very soon. All right. Bye-bye, everybody. Peace.